Alrighty, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another week of Nomi League. Happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate it. We are here tonight on this Black Friday. Hopefully, got some cheap shopping done, and it's time to play some Mahjong. My name is Max. I'm joined here tonight by Lucas.
Yeah. Hey, good evening, Max. Looking forward to doing some more commentary for N League. We haven't got the chance to do this together, and yeah, looking forward to it. It's always fun to commentate in person mahjong for a change.
Yep, honestly, I don't think I've been on since the first week, so hopefully, we'll see how things have changed since then. Last week, the notable occurrences were the destruction of the destroyers, so it were. They finally kind of had a bad week. Not a bad enough week to lose first place, but did lose, I think, about 80 points off their total, mostly at the hands of the Sours, who took advantage to really separate themselves out from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, making this standings a little bit closer here. Some more competition for that top spot here. Still looks like
Yeah,
only three teams in the positive here.
yeah, and Team Dora Neko was the team that came out overall on top of the other table last week as well. So the top three teams have really set themselves away, but all teams fourth through eighth are within like one good first of taking that last playoff spot. So we'll see if any of them are able to create some separation tonight as we wind down the. I believe we're winding down the league, correct? This is week 10. I don't know. We're definitely more than halfway. I just don't know how close to the ending we are.
It's 16 weeks in total, so
All
still have a
right.
bit to go after
So
this, but we are
yeah,
nearing the
still
end.
yeah, still plenty of mahjong to be played and plenty of time for things to go awry. Even the destroyers could hit a bad run and all of a sudden find themselves on the wrong side of variance. But yeah, everything you've done to this point will help you out or hinder you, depending on what side of the standings you find yourself on.
Yeah, for sure. And like you pointed out, like even the eighth place team here is really not that far behind. So
Yeah. For our first table here, we've got Chris, the captain of the Opie Dopes. Looks like he's going to be our first dealer. To his right is Michael, representing the Destroyers, one of their top scorers from last season, back again tonight. Damien, representing the Penguins, trying to get them out of those missing the playoff spots, and Melvin trying to take revenge for his teammate Eric, who had a bit of a rough go of it last week. I think it's been a minute since at least I've seen a couple of these players. So we will see what they have for us tonight as we get into the first high putt.
yeah, nice looking first hand there for Chris. Had some pretty nice shapes. Could be a fast hand.
Yeah, Dora is the one so. Immediately do see this Hatsu pair in Melvin's hand, though he doesn't have a ton of value for the rest of it. The shapes do look nice though. Nice red 5 here for Chris in that Ryoncon shape. Just generally decent shapes. I'm gonna try to find his way to like a Richiaka Pinfu or something like that. Hatsu's pretty loose in Michael's hand, so maybe we'll see Melvin pulling it. Damien does have a Dora, but the shapes are pretty wonk. Hmm. Ooh, that is a Hanchan ad. So Melvin does have 5 blocks now. Could just pawn it and go for that Hatsunomi.
It could be a pretty
Take it
quick
away,
hand if
Chris.
he does decide to open for sure.
Yeah, Chris trusts a Dora here, but pretty awkward to accept it in the hand. Gonna hedge it for a couple of turns, but I imagine we'll see that go out the next time we see any progress. Oh, but there's the pair up of the Hatsu, so now all of a sudden Melvin's fast hand might be stuck for a while.
Yeah, a bit
Damien.
unfortunate mochi mochi there for both players.
Yep.
Although might
Mochi
not actually
Mochi. Oh,
need
yep.
to rely on it here. Just get the Anko of the 9-mon here, so might just use that Hatsu as a pair.
Yep, you now Ishanten. Is Kanshan Ryanman Ishanten? Ooh, and Chris adds a 3-so to make the Super Ryankan. See what he decides to do here. Decides to play 1-mon, 1-mon. Just go for overall flexibility and try to use both of those Dora. All right, Ishanten now for Michael, I believe, as well. Holding that 2-so just in case he can get a Dora to fit into his hand, but could just take a Ryanman Richinomi if he feels correctly. West not going to do anything for Melvin. We'll see that go right back out. Yeah, couple turns, no progress here. Ooh, what is That's a 3-mon. Could contribute to Michael's shape here. Depends on whether or not he wants to give up his Dora acceptance.
Yeah, I think you either cut 5-mon or Chuso, and I think just the Chuso is reasonable. Like, from your perspective, you don't know that the Hatsu's dead, so you might want to keep the 2 pairs if you do want to pull in Hatsu later.
Yeah, the 7-pin is quite good for Damien. Fills in the penchant. We'll need to find another pair for the hand, but that's a lot easier generally than filling a penchant. 1 pin's not going to do anything for Melvin. He's just going to be stuck in Nishanten for a little bit until he can get to Tenpai. 8-so does help Chris. 1-mon's a pretty clear discard, but after that, it's going to start getting tricky as to what you want to do. Oh, there's the 2-so back. Not that that really would have changed anything.
Another
Oh,
Dora.
Dora pair for Damien. All right, that's exactly what he wants. Now, Pinfu Dora too, Ishanten. Imagine we'll see that recheat if he does get to Tenpai. Wider Ishanten now from Melvin. Would have to break up this nice Yonrenkai 4-tile shape, and the Sozu is going to go ahead and do it though. Still looking to pull that Hatsu that we know is unfortunately not going to be coming out. Sumagiri 4-pin there for Chris. Still just trying to make those Dora work. Ooh, Michael's going to go ahead and break, or not break his Ishanten, but change his Ishanten. Get away from that Penchant and look for a little bit more acceptance in the Manzu.
The shape's a little bit worse than it normally would be because all the 1-mon, like it's already 1-mon out. So it is a bit
Yeah,
awkward trying to get like super reliant on that 1-4-mon.
yeah, but you know, you kind of, it's still an upgrade on the Penchant, of course. Oh, and there's a third
Penchant's pretty
1-mon.
weak.
Nope, there's the third 1-mon from Chris. Unfortunate backfire there, but nothing you can do about it. Ooh, 2-pin draw. I thought that was a Dora for a second. I'm going blind very quickly, it seems. 9-so is not quite going to do it for Damien. Did cut the 2-so last turn to just kind of get out ahead of making a safe discard. Gonna judge that the 9-so is safer to the board than the 9-pin at the moment for any potential future fighting that he wants to do. Ooh, there's the Dora pair for Chris. Now, again, has a very awkward 6-block decision to make. What
I
do you
kind of
like
just
here?
want to probably cut away from like the 3-5-so. I
Yeah,
guess
I
you
think
can hedge it with
6-pin.
a 6-pin first.
Yeah, 6-pin's very natural. So simply because the red 5-so is there, the Akka
Yeah,
is just very enticing.
I think I probably would have gone 5 blocks, but it's an understandable decision.
Yeah, I think both ways are. I think both ways to play that are perfectly fine because you do want to be like, you're not exactly like backfiring really if you Onko Vidora because then you can get like a nice 2-3 so weight. Not that
Yeah.
2-so looks particularly good right now. Right. Melvin still has not been able to find that Tenpai. Of course, not the easiest Tenpai to find, knowing that the Hatsu is not going to come out. Ooh, there is the another red 5. So Chris now Ishanten for what could be like a Pinfu Dora. Oh, could be now even going for the Dora 4.
Yeah, I don't really think that is necessary. That seems a little too greedy.
Yeah, but
I'd be
consider
very happy if just
Forsofill,
Ramen.
consider Forsofill, and then Sumahane.
There you go.
There is a Forso coming out from Damien. Nope. And is that another one drawn by Melvin? All right, all those Forsos are going away very quickly.
Yeah. We'll see how this Forso Kanchan does.
Oh, well, now it's a Ryoncon, so a little bit better. Five so just going to go right back out. No one, a lot of 3 players, actually, all 4 players he shot at, I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
Damien just been kind of switching around the tile that he's holding. Decided that he did not want to hold the Forso just in case he run on Kovadora. Understandable. You don't really want to be holding a Forso if someone else gets Tenpai. Ooh, awkward choice here for Melvin. I'm gonna go ahead and play the 3-pin, committing to the Shanpon, waiting for the Hatsu, which is, yeah. Ooh, 4-mon here. Definitely the most efficient is just to Sumagiri it, but the Dora could be greeting us here. No, just gonna throw it right back out.
And this
Still nothing
1-4
doing
is
for
just
Michael.
so dead for this shape. And then the Hatsu's also
Yeah.
dead, which you can't know from
Yeah, I mean, you can
Michael's
get 2-3.
perspective,
You can
but
still get like 2-3-7-mon. Oh, and there goes the last 1-mon even.
That was a backfire from that 3-pin last turn. Gets punished for breaking that Riemann.
Yeah, though whether or not he would have actually taken the Ricci there is up for debate, given that it would be Hanchan Nomi. But who knows? The way this table's played out, it would have been the best hand so far. Oh, another two-so here for Damien. Just gonna go right back. Not really any reason to worry about Dama, I think, for any of these players. All of them have fairly reasonable hands to fight with. Oh, three-so is now very awkward as well. It's like you kind of want the ability to draw the door Onko, but you also like know that the four-so is pretty bad.
Still no one managed to get into Tempai here.
Yeah, we've been
Kinda just
Hori
been
Shanten for how many rounds now?
a
Probably like at
lot.
least like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
We've had at least someone he shot them since the end of the first row, which is surprisingly normal, honestly. But for it to go this long without anyone getting Tempai is definitely beyond the normal scale of things. There would have been the Tempai for Chris on the Ryunman. Unfortunate. On that 7-8 mon that he cut earlier. Ooh, okay. An interesting draw at the very least for Michael. Gives him
Yeah, I don't think it actually helps that much.
it gives you a better weight if you get to pull the Hatsu, but that's about all it does for you.
Right.
Now Melvin with choices to make. Decides to just throw that out. Oh, has cut the 7 mon twice. Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder if we'll start seeing players make these cheese to Yaku to K10 for Yaku's Tempai at this point.
This is definitely when you would do it.
Yeah, running out of time here to find Tempai for everyone. But also, like, when you're the player here, like, you're kind of suspicious that like someone's got to have something, right?
Right, you would
Surely
think that
not everyone.
someone's
Yeah. There's gonna
Okay.
be the call to Tempai. Adazuke waiting on the Hatsu. Waiting 2-mon Hatsu for Dora 1 with Hatsu as the only Yaku. Most likely not gonna happen, but you never know. Three-so for Melvin, just gonna go right back out. Coming up on everybody's last draws here. 4 tiles left on the wall. Michael able to hold Tempai. We'll be able to roam the 2-mon on the Hote, but finally Tempai. You can, I believe, Ricci without a draw left in this rule set, but choose Dodama. That is going to be what, 3-6? Is that 3-6 pin or 3-6? Yeah, 3-6 pin for Damien, and there's going to be the Haite or the Hote South cut. There's going to be 2 players Tempai and 2 players that Sadi Shanten for a very long time, and we'll feel a bit cheated. Nice 1,500 points exchanged. That's going to add 1 honba, which for anyone who is joining us for the first time or has forgotten are worth 1,500 points in this league. And we'll move to East 2 with Michael's deal. Not the best type high in the world, though. Could be worse.
It could be. It's definitely below average. We'll have to wait and see what Dora is, but
an Oncon of West in the high pie. We'll see what Damien decides to do with it.
not gonna
Gonna
con
hold
right
off
away.
on it for gonna hold off on it for now.
I might have just con turn 1. That hand's actually pretty decent, like with the Hatsu being able to call. I think the hand was like above average, so I just kind of want to con right away and see what my draw is.
Yeah, I think like you don't end up being first Tempai like often enough for it to be as good as it feels.
Well, it is like more efficient the earlier you con, right?
That is true, but the hand has plenty. I usually like conning once I would have to make a choice with the hand. Because like for the moment, it's not like holding that 1-so or having or not having that 1-so is gonna hurt anything.
Unless you draw another 1-so, I guess. It actually wouldn't be that bad to have a 1-so pair with that hand.
Yeah. Let's see the rest of the hands. It was 7-pin immediate backfire already for Melvin here. Michael's hand does draw the Akka. Does have that floating. Yeah, that floating 9 Mondora. Surely this is a pawn. Yeah. All right. Melvin does have a Haku pair, so we'll see if that comes out.
Oh,
Looks like
I
this
guess
could, yeah, looks like it's
Honey
going to
to
be a
commit.
Honitsu push.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
Naimon That's why we're keeping Naimon. I forgot about that.
yep. So that Haku might stick around in Damien's hand for a while, which could slow down Melvin, whose hand I think just picked up another Dora. I think if I'm Michael here, I just kind of want to run this for a Tanya. It's kind of far away, but this doesn't feel like a hand that's going to form closed. Ooh, a fourth pair here for Melvin now. Notably cut the 3-so last turn. So I was really looking at these pairs. Oh, place the 7-so. It's going to be like a hard Chitoi Toy Toy commit.
Hmm. Normal hand actually looked pretty decent there. But we'll
It
see how the
did, but
Chitoi works.
yeah, might be seeing something in the round. Ooh, okay. 3-mon fill. All right, Dora finally goes out there for Michael. Oh, that's connection to the Dora here for Damien. Doesn't
Not
want it. Just
interested.
gonna commit. Yeah, gonna commit to the Honitsu. Cuts the 3-pin away. Yeah, definitely just a full. And you can even see, by the way, he's organizing his hand that he's definitely just like hard committing to this Chitoi. 4 pairs, I think, was maybe a little bit premature given the shapes in the hand, but
Yeah, typically you'll wait till like 5 pairs to start really thinking commit to Chitoi, unless your hand's just like all disconnected shapes.
true, true. Yeah, Chitoi is either like a 4 pairs thing if your hand is like really, really bad, or otherwise you can just kind of hedge both until you have to make a choice.
Right. Like you can still keep 4 pairs, and you can usually like balance both a normal and a Chitoi hand.
Yeah. Chris's hand not really doing much of anything. Does have the north pair that he could palm. Even just like the 1500 points is quite good. It's gonna be Ishanten. It's a Kanchan Ryankan Ishanten for Michael for just Tanya Aka, I believe. Now I think is might when I might con. But once you get rid of the Dora first. I've been really looking to pair up any of those red fives. It's wild how much my perspective of like these hands changes just by like telling me there's 1500 points in the middle for me to go get.
Yeah, that is pretty significant for sure.
Yeah, I like points. Points are fun. Damien backfires on the 9 the past penchant cut, but it was long enough ago. But it's like, what can you really do about it? Oh, there would have been a 4-mon to fill for Melvin's normal hand.
Yeah, I wonder what that
Without
hand
the
could have
hot,
been.
yeah, without the Haku coming out, it would have been quite difficult to form anyway. Chris now Rian Shanten fills in the nice Rian in there. Ooh, interesting choice here from Michael. We'll see what he wants to do. He decides to keep the 3-pin Kanchan. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Maybe reading that Damien is Honitsu and not really feeling that he can get the 2-pin 6-pin palm.
It was kind of a tricky choice.
Yeah, definitely not like inherently obvious one way or the other, but I think I do like having palm 10, especially when you're going for what is just gonna end up being a Tanya.
Yeah, I might have even just cut away from the Sozu shape.
That's like tough though, because you really hate Aka backfires, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't necessarily easy to choose, but
No,
I
not
think
by any
I think
means.
cutting a Sozu has like the widest acceptance,
Yeah, yeah,
even if your final
but
weight's a
like,
bit worse.
yeah,
I guess your final weight's always kind of bad though, right?
yeah. Game hard. See now though, like now if I'm Damien, I probably would have conned this a bit ago, but it looks like he's just kind of holding firm to con for me Shanten.
Yeah.
I think conning is usually like pretty okay when you feel like you have a fold path or you feel like your average draw is more valuable than your opponent's. Ooh, that is not quite Tempai, but Ishanten for Chris now, who can palm the north to beat Tempai. Have we seen any of those come out? I don't believe we have.
No, I don't think we have seen the North yet.
Yep. Damien has just drawn a very sad lack of pins through this hand. Melvin just has not been able to find any of those pairs that he started hunting. And is the reality of Cheetoys sometimes. Russo not really helping anything here. Though with a player open, there's always the defensive concern as well of like what you're doing. Plus, from other players' perspectives, Damien did dom up in Fedora 2 last hand. Though obviously they probably have no way of knowing that he didn't get Tenpai into the last draw. So maybe Dama is something they're thinking a little bit more about now.
Yeah, that could be.
5-mon doesn't really do anything. Could set up a potential future Suji trap if you do get the Rionman fill into Orichi. I think at this point you're kind of committed to the north. If you're reading Honitsu, you probably don't feel like that great about your chances to draw it, but can't really do much about that. And in this case, they just happen to be live still. Ooh, all right, finally.
Are we finally gonna see the con? Yay!
Yeah,
All right, the turn one
right.
con. We finally get in the last row here.
Yep. New Dora is gonna be. Don't quite see it from this perspective. 5-so does not help anyone. So no Tenpai just yet for Damien.
Or so.
Yeah, New Dora is the 4-so. Doesn't add anything to Melvin's hand. Does add some potential value. Oh, okay, we're gonna see the 7-so Chi here for Chris. Gonna be 2-mon North Tenpai, assuming he plays up the 8-mon. Yep, alright, gonna be 2-mon North for Adazuke North. Just to try to pick up the honba. Oh, would have drawn the North.
There is. Oh wait, it's coming right out though. There you go.
Yep.
So we are gonna
When you
see
see
the
this,
deal into Chris here from Michael.
yep, it's gonna be 40 fu. So it should be 1300 plus honba is 2800, I believe. Yeah, looks like.
Looks good to me.
Wait. Yeah, okay. I saw like 3,000 worth of sticks come out there. We'll verify with the scores on the table as well once this is taken care of. Huh. Not sure.
Yeah, somehow the players' scores don't line up here.
Oh, and the table may just not be reading an 1,000 stick, because like the three of the scores are correct. Maybe it's like stuck in the drawer a little bit. Because I think it does have to be like flush with the drawer to actually get picked up by the scanners. Yeah, you can see that there's no check light. Either that or someone has thrown a 1,000-point stick away. Anyway, onto the hype pie. It is Damien's deal here now as we enter into East 3. None of the hands that I've seen so far have been super exciting, but Michael does have this nice 2 Aka shape and did draw the 4-mon for it.
2 Aka shape also had like E2 chances as well.
Yeah, it looks like they did get the stick to properly read. So points are correct. Sand is very awkward here for Chris. There's just not really a whole lot going for it. Just a whole lot of like kind of connected shapes or make it like hard to make choices, but like nothing that really excites you. Damien's hand is kind of moving. It is Ishanten, though it is not a great Ishanten for both value or tile acceptance.
Being Ishanten on turn 3 is still pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, you are the dealer, so you can kind of just do whatever you want with regards to Ricci. But I think most people would hesitate to take Shanpon Nomi in the first row if that is in fact the Tenpai that gets strong. Ooh, now upgrades to a Ryoncon. However, I kind of like 9-mon here. Just try to aim for that Tanyao. Maybe have a more flexible hand, even if it is like somewhat slower sometimes.
Seems pretty good.
You shouldn't pair here for Melvin. Rest of his hand is not super exciting, but it could speed up. Chris connects to Fedora here. Not North anymore, so that North pair is not going to help him like it did last hand. 2-so is a little bit interesting here because Michael's hand doesn't actually have a pair yet, so you could even like go for like a Tanya shift all the way off of that. Ooh, fantastic draw here for Damien, who now finds himself in a much better Ishanten.
It could have been Tenpai, but honestly, this Kutsuki Shanten might just be better than the Shampon Tenpai.
Yeah, with the floating 4-pin and the floating 5, so the Kutsuki are sticky. Easy to connect two tiles. Look pretty good for the overall win rate of the hand. Something that I've kind of picked up on saying recently is that the goal of Mahjong is not the fastest Tenpai, it's the fastest win. Though sometimes they are synonymous.
Yeah, you should be well, that's what time. A lot of efficiencies towards building a decent Tenpai weight
Yep.
if you can.
I want the choice here. Decides to play out the 6-pin, maybe moving towards like a Chanta or something. Dora pair up here for Chris. Not the easiest hand to make use of two Dora. Maybe like honestly, I just look at it and I just want to be Tanya. I look at every hand and I'm like Tanya. It's fun. it's a good Yaku.
It could happen. We'll see.
Yeah. Hmm. See which Ariane Damien wants here. The tile on the edge of the shape. I think I'm partial to putting 4-pin here.
What about just 5-so? Or do you have, no, we don't have Sanchoku. We could just got 5-so.
I mean, we don't have Sanchoku, but I think
I kind of like keeping the Ariaman shapes because they give Ipeko.
potentially. But 5-so does have a Dora acceptance, which does make our Tanya's a lot better.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good reason to keep 5-so. Didn't consider Dora.
Just draw the tiles you want. Mahjong is a very easy game. Yeah, did decide to play out the 6-mon. This is I think the other reason that I wanted to play the 4-pin instead of the 6-mon, so that you always get Tanya on these Onko draws.
Yeah, I think Richie anyway, so here.
Yeah, gonna take the Entonsu here, waiting on one 4-pin. Or sorry, not the Entonsu, I'm bad at the game. I know terms. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the Rion men were using 2 of the 8 weights already.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, it's a bit unfortunate that on the Takame you're using 2 of your own 4-pin. And actually the 1-pin's already twice cut as well, so.
Yeah, only a 4 tile weight here, but it is a dealer Ichi, and probably be enough to get people off of these hands. None of them is particularly strong in terms of fighting hand. Yeah, Melvin immediately bailing out with 5-so pair. Chris has had the option to cheat those, decided against it for good reason. Not really a whole lot doing in terms of fighting.
It's
Yeah,
not
and
gonna
even
be easy
Michael.
for anyone to stop this.
Yeah, nor is it particularly easy for actually. There's not a ton of information in Damien's pawn. Like you saw, Michael was already playing out 8-so, which is just Richitao Suji. But not only is it even Richitao Suji, it's like Richitao Suji that is Dora adjacent. So usually that's not a tile that you really want to trust unless you like have absolutely nothing in the way of safety.
We've seen 9-pin come out, which didn't look that safe.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess it's Sotogawa. Kinda. Yeah, I didn't see the rest of the hand.
There was like an honor pair, but I was like wondering, maybe considering pushing. We'll see. Yeah, it's like now.
Yeah,
I guess 7-pin's Genbutsu, so you could cut that.
yeah,
It's like a
that is
Well,
true.
actually,
We do start seeing these 8-pins are starting to come out as well.
yeah.
Certainly not easy choices to make. Well, there would have been my tempo finally on the 5-so hold. I think being tempo this much earlier is generally better. Ooh, Milk could get tempted into fighting here. Gonna go ahead and play 1-so, which yeah, playing behind the early 2-so I think makes sense, but I don't only has one Genbutsu in the hand.
1-so wasn't
Genbutsu.
Ishan 10 there, right?
No.
So it's like I might just go either just push or just cut Chun. I feel like I don't want to like push a tile that. Oh no, it is Ishan 10. Sorry, you had 5-pin pair.
Oh
I forgot.
yeah, you're right.
So it's
I'm
Ishan 10.
only we're blind. It's fine. But like the Chanta.
Yeah, I know. I was also thinking of the Chanjas. I forgot about the 5-pin.
I think jamming 5-pin just for Chanta is a little bit much when you're waiting on 2-pin waiting on 2-pin Chant. It's
Yeah.
not great. No, still have not seen. Actually, so let's see. So we see four by default of the 1/4 pin. Two in the discards and two in Damien's hand. We see one in Melvin's hand. Chris is running out of tiles that look in any way cuttable, though doesn't actually have the ability to deal in his hand at the moment. 6-0 is safe. We could try the 3-0 afterward if he does run out of apps, like perfect safety. And that was what? Is that two? Was that both 4-pin that was sitting in Michael's hand?
Yeah, there's two. Well, there's two. In Michael's hand. I don't think Mike. I can't remember Michael's hand. Sorry.
I think he definitely has at least one 4-pin. I just don't remember whether or not it was two of them or not. This is, but when your hand builds vertically while you're trying to fold, it's such a rough feeling. It's just like I don't want to cut any of these. I'm just gonna go ahead and try the 3-mon. Does pass. Yeah, okay. So there's only one pin in the wall for Damien to draw, which might explain why it has taken so long for us to find this tenpai or find this win. Looking like we might just end up in an exhaust, though. Melvin could sneak his way into tenpai. Depends on if he's willing to push that 4-0 or not. Chris continues to draw tiles that he already has. Pushes the 3-pin. Everyone else is just hard bailing. Ooh, there's the 5-pin. Yeah, unfortunately, you don't get to choose to keep that. As nice as it would be for you. Melvin seeing that he could have gone for that Shanta, not that he would have made any progress. What is this?
What the heck? Yeah, this is pretty funny.
Why are we all of a sudden Suwanko Shanta? The casual fold your way to a Yakuman. Let's see. I believe this should be our last draw, though, so I'm not going to have a chance here. Does Melvin find Tenpai? He does not. Going to play out the 1-mon. That is going to be it for the hand. Damien, the only one Tenpai, loses his Reachy Stick, but does pick up 1,000 all from everyone. And the next hand's going to be, by default, worth 2,500, which is quite nice, as East 3 repeats. Ugh. I can't get over Big Honba. I love it so much. I just like,
It is really
my
fun.
brain, my neurons just activate.
Yeah, I think that my very first N League game I broadcast went like home before or something, and it was just really funny.
Yeah, it is absolutely absurd.
Steelers hand has pretty good shapes there. Didn't see any door, I don't think, but well, this hand also looks pretty good here.
Yeah, looks like it could be fairly quick here. Could even goes for the one so right off the bat. You could be looking at converting this to a Tanya, just to maybe try to pick up like some opening chances. Speed it up if it needs it.
Yeah, the hand has chances. Tanya, if you draw a like Pinzu, maybe it could turn into Chini too. We'd have to wait and see.
Yeah, not a whole lot doing for Chris there. Not a bad hand there for Michael. Looks like 7-so is Ardora again. He has a pair of them. Ooh, fantastic draw here for Melvin now. That's not Ishanten already, is it? I don't think it is.
No. It doesn't really have a pair after cutting 1-so, I don't think. Maybe like one of the 5 or 6 pin. I'd have to see the hand again.
Yeah, ooh, it's a nice draw for Michael, just like filling in that potential door connector. It is the indicator though, so inherently less available.
Getting a lot of nice draws here. That 3-so also really good here.
Yeah, Damien can try to achieve this down, probably get 2-3-4 Sanchoku, something of that nature. He's going to give up his double east. Hatsu, yeah, I think Melvin does see this Honitsu Chinitsu path. No hesitation in holding onto that Hatsu. Chris is the West seat, so that will help him to try to pick up some of these points. And honestly, after a couple of draws, his shapes have gotten a lot better.
Yeah, it was already cut once by Michael, but still one left.
Yeah, and that also, like, if you eventually get Tenpai closed, another fantastic draw. But yeah, if you eventually get Tenpai closed, it becomes a very good weight as well. Damien sees the potential for the 2-3-4 Sanchoku, going to take the Ishanten for it, but also leaving himself some pawning chances. Oh, wow. This
Yeah,
Melvin
just
hand can get
committing to
big
this
quickly.
Chinitsu here.
Yeah. Ooh, another pair up here for Chris. It's been drawing pretty well this hand. West or a 1 would be worth quite a bit. Get him back into first place. 1-mon pair or 8-mon pair up here. Michael might be thinking about going for a Tanyao. I'm not going to give up on his terminal shapes just yet, though. All right, not progress, but is a Honitsu / Shinitsu tile, so it does make Melvin's hand have a little bit wider acceptance on tiles I'll actually use. Hmm, 8-pin. What you're the Shinitsu guy. What what calls do you think Melvin could be looking to make here?
This
Once we get another look at
it's
his
hard to
hand here.
say all of them for sure, but like 8-pin, 7-pin, I'm definitely pawning. Definitely cheating 5-pin. I
Yeah,
think I'd cheat 2-pin. There's probably a
there is
few
a
other calls there
6. Yeah,
too.
there is a 6, 7, 7, 8, 8-pin shape at the moment. Because I did notice like the 8-pin got cut and was passed.
Oh yeah, I would have pawned 8-pin for sure. That's good. Yeah, didn't pick up on that, but I think it does help.
Yeah, it's just like it's really easy to look at that shape and just think, oh, like it's like it's like an Ipego shape. But with Chinitsu, like just any progress is so good. Though
Yeah.
he's probably looking at the Chinitsu Rion Pego here, which is shockingly possible.
That would be fun.
Though the 6-pin pair in Chris's hand is gonna make that harder to make happen. Michael gonna go ahead and play out the 2-pin. Once again, not called. I don't know whether or not 2-pin can be palmed or whether it'd be useful. I don't think it can be palmed, actually. Yeah, never mind. It's really hard to remember the shape of a Chinitsu, like, when you're not staring at it.
Yeah, it
Holding
definitely
on to
is.
this 9-mon. Not really sure what that is. It just doesn't feel great about it. No, Chris now is Ishan 10 himself. Besides that 1-mon is a little bit safer than the Haku for or just thinking about Itsu considerations down the road. Still nothing here for Damien, just kind of drawing and discarding, looking for that potential Sanchoku. I wonder if he would palm 4 or 5-pin. He might palm the Akka if it came. All right, after a brief breakaway, the 9-mon goes right back out. Don't think this 6-mon really does anything for you. I mean, you could switch it out for the 9-mon.
I don't think you. It seems like Chris is thinking about Itsu with keeping this 1-mon, so I don't think he would do that. You could swap it out with 1-mon. Okay, we're actually just gonna swap it out with 9-mon. I mean, this
Yeah,
does, I
there it
guess,
goes
supposed to
then.
give a Tanya a chance.
Yeah. Ooh, another solid Tanya draw here for Michael. Still probably needs another one of those 6-0 though, so I guess the 8-0 is not as necessary as it might be otherwise.
Oh, he's
8-0.
missed on a few turns in a row here and drawing any Pinzu after a couple early draws.
Yep. Ooh, well, there is a 1-mon pair. Depending on how you feel, you could just say 1-mon West is going to be a better weight in the long term if you do end up getting Tenpai, but that does require having to risk the 6-pin into a kind of scary looking board. This is now a 5th pair here for Michael, who's probably going to keep like relatively normal hands alive here, but is Chito Ishan 10 now. Would be Chito's Tanya Dora 3, like Damahanem on that minimum.
Not too bad.
Out goes the 7-mon. No one really drawing anything particularly useful. Do we see the Hatsu yet? I don't think we do. No, I think we've seen 1 discarded. Yeah, we saw 1 discarded previously. Now we've seen 3 discarded. It rains, it pours. This 9-pin I don't think helps all that much.
I mean, you could drop 2-pin. For now,
Yeah,
it's
but
gonna keep it for the
Sanchoku.
Sanchoku.
Sanchoku called.
Yeah. Okay, well, we
Alright.
do finally see a call for this Chinitsu hand.
Yep. Though unfortunately both palms available to Melvin are not great. Ooh, Chris what now would have seen the potential Itsu, but I still think probably the 6-pin West way would have been the way to go for it. Oh, that is Chitoi
Here we
Tenpai.
go.
We'll see what Michael wants to do here. The 3-mon is Suji to the 6-mon that he's discarded. The 8-so has also been live. It's going to be Dama waiting on 3-mon. This is definitely a tile. Oh, wait, what did Chris cut last turn? Chris has like an extra 3-mon in his hand now all of a sudden. Oh no, this could be disaster if Chris gets Tenpai. Depends on which way he wants to discard as well. Could
Yeah,
play the
because there's the
6-mon.
option to cut 6-mon.
Yeah, I believe 6-mon is Genbutsu to 2 players, but also would be understandable. Oh, could see the swap here. 2-mon is a little bit further outside. Michael thinking about it. Still thinking. It's not an easy choice to make, honestly. Cheeto is a very difficult hand to play. Oh, decides to actually to go ahead and take the 8-mon 5-pin Shanpon. All drew into a normal hand Tenpai and reaches it. As I believe it was, yeah, 8-mon 5-pin on the Shanpon for Richi, Tanyao, Ipeko, Dora 3.
Yeah.
That is going to be the Chi for Damien actually as well. Played up a 2-pin, so I believe he's 4-pin, 5-pin.
I didn't quite see it. I was still thinking about the Ricci.
Yeah, I
We're also
think
going to see a
Damien's
Chi here
4-pin,
from the
5-pin.
Shinitsu hand.
Yeah, and now
One
Melvin's
4-pin.
1-pin, 4-pin.
Yeah, we got
A
everyone
lot
hitting
of
Tenpai at the same time here.
Yeah, now Chris has a lot of choices to, or some tough choices to make. Yeah, Damien's definitely Tenpai, but we'll confirm his weight when we get back to him. I think they might be locking up each other's 5-pin though. And I think Melvin might have all the 4-pin that Damien needs. Chris deciding whether or not he can push this 2-so. Does decide to do so. Speaking of 2-so, there it is. Yeah, it is 4-pin, 5-pin Shanpon. Decided to take the Shanpon instead of the potential Sanchoku. 4-mon was already cut by the Ricci. So gonna cheat that. Obviously, it probably does not deal into the Chinitsu. Here's the 2-mon for Melvin. I'm just gonna have to push it. I mean, you're two-sided Chinitsu Tenpai. There are very few worlds where you end up folding. Oh, this 2-pin probably looks a little bit more cursed, but does get pushed. 3-pin. These these weights are just barely getting dodged. Yeah, 3 players, Tenpai, Chrissy, Shanten, still trying to find that last West that never came out. 2-mon already passed. 7-so. Surely 7-so is the end of the line here, right?
Yeah, pushing Dora here is quite risky into that dealer Ricci.
Yeah, it
So
does throw the 6-mon.
I
I
go
think
for the
that's
6-mon.
Genbutsu to a few players. 8-so. Really interesting choice here by Michael to change Tenpai's off Chitoi and then also declare Ricci. Because like Tanyao Ipeko Dora 3 was also like a fairly reasonable Dama.
Yeah, I kind of liked the Dama Chitoi, like especially if you read Melvin as like a heavy Pinzu hand. I don't know if I feel great about the 5-pin weight.
Yeah, it might have just been something that came out naturally from Melvin. 9-pin does get pushed here.
I liked the Dama Hanuman Chitoi Dama.
Yeah. Definitely not an easy choice to make at any point with that hand. I think he probably like had it like so in his head that he could change to a normal hand that he didn't really stop to think like, should I change to a normal hand? Ooh,
Yeah, I mean, if you're
4-so.
looking at like just number of tiles, I guess it's like 3 tiles for a Tonki versus 4 tiles for a Champon.
Yeah, but you can't really expect the 5-pin to be particularly available for you. Though
Right.
the probably did have a reason to feel good about the 8-mon. Did see the 4-so get pushed out from Melvin, so he remains Tenpai. I don't know how many draws we have left. Looks like 2. Oh, the door indicator. Not what you want to see, but does pass. And now this is the Hote 5-mon. Definitely not safe by any means. Will Damien decide to keep Tenpai, or will he try to find a fold path? Does have 2-so, or no, does have 4-so, which was cleared this turn.
So it is Suji to the 2-mon.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see
I
how many
believe.
7-mon you can see. You can see a couple 6-mon, a couple 7-mon.
Yeah, I know you can
It's
see
3
3 of the
7-mon, so it's
6-mon.
like one chance.
I think it's double one chance. You also see one of the 5-mon does decide to go for it. All right,
Yeah, I
so it's
think
gonna be
it's a
three
reasonable
players
push.
tempai. Yep,
Oh, that's 3 players tempo, right?
yep, 3 players tempai. If I said otherwise, then just hit me. Unfortunately, Chris made, you know, technically could have ended up tempai, I think, in some worlds. But I don't think there's any way you can ever justify cutting the Dora from his situation. So unfortunate that he has to pay out 3K there, but you know,
Well, has the
honestly,
chance to get it back with now 5,000 points in the middle.
yep, 2 Rishi sticks, 2 honba. Pretty nice hand here looking for Damien. Not the best, not the easiest path forward, but a lot of connected tiles to start with. Looks like 6-0 is going to be our Dora.
He already has a choice on turn 1, what block to break. I think
Yeah,
usually break 6-8 pin here. Or you could
I think
break
I'm
2
partial.
4 mon.
I'm
Oh,
partial to
ones
cutting one.
though.
Yeah, I think I'm partial to cutting 1 3-pin.
Was there really like a Tanya there? I can't quite remember the hand already.
I think so. It was just like 1 pin and then a pair of 1, so. But you had
Yeah,
like the
then
2
maybe the
4.
1
You
3
had
pin is.
Yeah, you had the 2 4 5 5 5 mon, so like you can just in some worlds connect to that twice and use that
Makes
as like a
sense.
complex pairway.
You
Michael's
would
hand
like to
also
go
looks
open
kind of
Tanya
quick.
with all these points. Yeah, Michael's look with the East pair there could open up for quick hand, try to collect all these points.
Yep. Still E3 here. Ooh, Chun pair here for Melvin. Could help him go fast, though that was already cut on turn 1. So gonna be a little bit harder to find. Tuso here contributes to a potential Sanshoku for Chris's opening path. That's a big part, I think, of playing with a lot of points in the middle is just finding ways to open your hand.
Right.
Because
I think like
it's just inherently faster.
yeah, I feel like everyone has a chance here to open in some way on this table, so I expect we'll start seeing some calls come out.
Yeah. We'll see whether or not people are willing to go for Otozuke calls, though. Or calls that don't like confirm their Yaku. This one so doesn't really help. Ooh, that is a nice draw. Michael's hand is progressing pretty smoothly. I think, well, that is a fantastic draw as well. Now that's actually Kanchan, Ryanman, Ishanten for Damien. Though if you had to pick one, there was an 8-so pair. I don't know if that was there the whole time though. If you had been forced to pick one to fill, I think that's the last Kanchan he would have picked to fill. But it is progress. North is not going to be very helpful for Chris here. Gonna go ahead and cut the 5-so before it gets too dangerous. This is kind of already committed to what his blocks are going to be, so it makes sense. Damien's hand still looking probably the fastest, though I think every player has a chance of catching up with him with just like a good draw or two.
Yeah, if
7
the last
pins,
tune comes out for Melvin's hand, that's gonna be a pretty big deal for him.
yeah, not a great draw here for Chris, but he's going to try to move towards this Tanya. Still Rian Shenten for Michael, and needs to find that east. I kind of like actually holding on. How do you feel about this, Navi? Do you think holding that 3-pin is a good idea instead of the 6 Dora? Oh, I just realized. Oh, well, speaking of the last
Yeah, here
tune,
we
like
go. This
Melvin just
hand is
draws it
popping
himself.
off now.
Yeah, he's got 4 Dora, 2 Onkos, and 2 good shapes. Surely this is just a 2-pin, right?
Yeah, 2-pin's the most efficient discard there, and you definitely want to keep the ability to pull in here.
Yeah, it looks like that's what he went for. Gonna be trying to look for the palm to Chun Dora 4 Tempai. If he draws it closed, even could potentially even be San Anko. We can get
That would
real
be
expensive
nuts.
real fast, even without the 5,000 in the middle. Looking at like a minimum of a Hanuman. 9-mon not great here. I saw Manzu for a second. I got excited. Almost, almost tempo there. I think Melvin is the first one to use Shantan, correct? I think Damien and Michael are still around Shantan. Chris's hand is lagging behind a little bit.
I think that I believe that is true.
Oh, there's gonna be the East finally. We'll see. Yeah, it comes right out. We'll see if the accidental flip over just stops Michael from pulling it.
No, Michael
Does
still
not.
called.
Yep. All right. So now Hanchan. Damien now could cut the 2-mon and try to find a 7 to commit to get that Dora usage. I think makes a lot of sense. Don't really want to cut the Dora if you don't have to. Dora are pretty good. Oh, and there's the other East. Immediately after he gets called. Both just kind of chilling in the wall together. See, I think with this many points in the middle, I do like playing more efficient here.
Yeah.
If you're Michael, rather than holding the safe Haku or safer Haku.
Now do you cut 8 so?
That's hard. Because like you're not getting Pinfu either way. You're not getting Pinfu either way, right?
Yeah, I just kind of like the 86443.
Yeah, it's especially with the tiles like separated out like that. It's not particularly easy to see.
Yeah, I would definitely would have combined those. It's like I never try to like separate. I have to sort my hand tiles in hand exactly like they are in line online, like all grouped
Yeah,
up together in order.
yeah, I do the same. I mean, I'll divide them through like by like low suit, high suit. Oh well, there's the Tempai. Does have the Ryanman. Gonna be the Ricci for Ricci Dora 2, waiting on 2-5 so. Another massive hand here potentially for Damien. Or might happen, might not. We're gonna see Melvin pushing. The West was, not a tile that required a lot of bravery. Progress
Yeah,
here
Melvin.
finally for Chris. Of course, as soon as someone reaches.
Right.
Oh, there's gonna be the Palm, or sorry, the Chi and the 7-pin push. So that's gonna be 5-8 Tempai for 5-8 Mon Tempai
Yeah, 5
for
1.
Michael. Yeah. We just see the pawn here from Chris as well. Not going down without a fight with all these. Oh,
Oh,
and
here
now
we
there's the
go.
call from
Melvin
Melvin.
calls.
Yep,
It's gonna be
Melvin
10
now
by 5
also
8
waiting
mon, same
5-8
weight.
Mon. Is there head bump or double run? I always forget. I think it is double run.
I'd read the rules a few weeks ago, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, anyway, 2 players 5-8 Mon, but the 5 Mon is Onko to Damien's hand. Imagine he cons it. This has become quite the tense situation very quickly.
It really
Oh
has.
well. I wonder what Michael is discarding. Flips over the Haku preemptively.
Oh, the 8 mon comes out. We're gonna find out if it's double round.
Oh, looks like there is. Melvin will be the one collecting the 6 in the honba. In the case of double run, the honba and Ricci 6 go to the player that would win in head bump order. So the next player in play order, which is Melvin from the dealing, who was Damien. Very unfortunate, but Melvin's gonna be picking up a Mangan plus 2 honba plus 3 Ricci sticks. Should be what, 14k?
It would be.
And Michael gets 1k.
14K. Mike, you feel pretty bad there if you're Michael.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you feel worse if you're Damien.
That is true.
Reach your Ryanman with Dora 2 as dealer and pay out a Baimon. It'd be that way sometimes.
Oh, Melvin looks like he starts with East Onko here. That's gonna be a strong start.
Yeah,
Door pair for Chris.
while we handle double round, it looks like the score tables did update to what we expect them to be. So many honba, so many Ricci 6. Yep, there that goes. That is not easy to do. Yeah. Oh boy. Very fun though. The double roll head bumping the 6,000 in the middle is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're so excited to roam. Like, yes, I collect 6,000 points. Oh, just 1,000. Okay.
Yep. It's all right. The destroyers, I think, have had it good enough. They can
Yeah.
give some back to the Yakumen. Yeah, tough looks for Damien, but honestly, he's still not that far down. Because a lot of the value on that was picked up from like Damien being Tenpai at repeats and Richi sticks left over. So yes, he did pay out a Mangan, but he did have a little bit more of a cushion than like other players had because he had been so aggressively Tenpai prior. It's a good point as well. It is also only E4, even though it feels, like it's been a little bit longer with pretty much all of these hands going late into the wall.
Yeah. Seems like Chris is thinking about a Honi too. Does have like those 2 9 Dora.
Yep, and
Definitely going
the
for Honi too.
yeah, the guest win north also feels like something you should be able to pull in most of the time.
Yeah, I think he did skip the first North. So it wasn't
Yeah,
like
the hand
ready to fully commit to it.
yeah, the hand might not have quite been in the same situation just yet. Damien with some choices to make. 2-pin I think makes a lot of sense. The 1-so is not a great progress draw, but it is in fact progress. The East Onko here from Melvin could have another bomb of a hand brewing. Ooh,
Oh,
now
here we
West
go.
pair up. Yeah, this is something you're a big fan of. Is whenever you have like two pairs of any honor tile. Oh, are we gonna see
Right,
the con here? No, we don't. Whenever, yeah, but you're a big fan of whenever you have two pairs of any honor tile. At least consider Honitsu.
for sure.
Even if you don't actually go for it. Melvin actually Ishanten here, by the way, I believe, correct? Yes. Not a great Ishanten, Kanchan, but double tone Akka definitely has a little bit more value than you would expect him to have on turn 6. Ooh, that's a great draw for Damien now Ishanten himself. There goes South. Let's see. No, that is not the win that Chris can pull. Looking for his own Mongon here. He hits Melvin, or even actually summoing the Mongon on Melvin's deal. Is that? No, it's not quite Tenpai. With all four of the Tumon in Melvin's hand, or Michael's hand, his hand's a little bit awkward to look at, but it is Ishanten as well.
Yeah, I think it might have been a little more efficient to lock a pair there, but either way, it's still going to be pretty good.
Yeah. All right. 2-pin pair is going to come out here from Melvin. Doesn't likes the his Kanchan a little bit better. Does see that yeah, the 2-pin was dead, so it makes sense. All right, that's gonna be Tenpai. Yeah, that's gonna be Tenpai for Michael. Richidora 1 waiting on 6-9 pin. 5 pin goes in sideways. See if anyone believes that Urasugi is safe. Always a fun pseudo theory. 2-pin I think is a fairly easy shove here for Melvin.
Yeah, it's like Suji to the Richi tile, but I think as dealer here you're gonna fight. Instead, gonna go with
Yeah,
9 which I guess it's just
yeah,
Soda Gaga, but
there was an 8-mon play before the Ricci, but I think I like the 2-pin a little bit better with
2 pin I
the
think
fact that
is like even safer than 9 mon.
yeah, because if you're waiting on 2-pin, you're opting into a hell wait. Not only that, you're also opting into a. Oh, there's gonna be the West Palm. All right. Don't. Looks like Chris discarded the 1-mon after the West Palm. I don't think he's quite Tenpai though.
Yeah, I believe still Ishan 10.
Ooh, the Dora draw. Not great here for Melvin. I might be willing to jam it still if I got Tenpai. I think Chris would be happy if he jammed it. You can palm that as well. Oh, yep.
But
There's gonna be the 9-pin
9 pin
push.
gonna come out instead.
Yeah, I mean you kind of have to. You're very priced into fighting that hand.
And it's not gonna be too expensive here with just the Richi Dora one.
Yep. No honba either. Uh, avoided the big blow up from last hand. Like paid out like it was a pinfu. It looks pinfu-y, and then you see that
Yeah,
there are four Tumon there.
not quite.
Yeah, just a 240 round from Michael onto Chris. I'm gonna get Michael into a more comfortable second place. But still, a lot of mahjong to play. An entire South round with everyone kind of within like decent sumo range of each other. Let's see if I can poke into the Discord while we look at these hands.
Oh, drew from the wrong spot there. That.
Oh, did anyone catch it? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you put it back.
I glanced away for a second. All right. Pulling up the other table here. It looks as though Michael for the Falcons is, at least as of South 2, had a very small lead, but was first place with only 29,900 in South 2. Oh.
Yeah, we already got 2 quick calls here. Got Battle of the Yaku Highs here.
Oh, big drama. Okay. Back to the table that we're currently doing. Sorry, I'm getting sucked into the Discord chat. That's okay. That's updating the other table. But yeah, for updates on the table not on stream, you're always welcome to pop into the Nomi Discord, where people are usually at least asking for them. Yeah. Let's see. Chris pulling the Haku? Yeah, okay, looks like it. Ooh, the Dora, is that Tenpai? That is. Tenpai on the 3-so and the Chun for Michael. 3-so being the Dora, of course. Mochi on the Chun, though, which is quite disheartening. But might change that weight if he eventually gets a chance to. This could be a big hand for Michael if he does find a sumo, or if Melvin ever cuts that east, it is going to change who is currently in first place.
Wow, this is a hard Chanta commit. I'm not sure it's worth all that effort for 1 extra Han.
Yeah. Chanta is one of those hands that just like, it seems really cool, and then like you win it and it's worth nothing, and it's
Yeah,
like, well, what did I work so hard for? Ooh, 3-pin fill in for Melvin. Yeah, those Chuns are going to be locked away for a long time. Oh, okay. Making progress towards this Chanta. Probably not a Sanchoku in there, but we'll see. You know, if you're Michael, like you feel like you've already won this hand. All you need is just for all you just need is for someone to draw the Chun. But
right.
Unfortunately, that's that is not always how it works. I wonder, will he end up switching? I think he has a Hatsu as well, so it could be Hatsu. It could be Hatsu Chun Dora 3.
Yeah.
Or Hatsu Dora 4, depending on the out that wins. Melvin is going to cheat out here. Also thinking about a Honitsu, it looks like, though it does have the 4/5, so that's a little bit
Yeah, I think
helpful.
it's just gonna look to probably go Yaku High with does have like South and the Chun.
Yeah, 3-pin draw there for Chris, also very good. Now Ishanten himself. Damien's hand looks very Tanyao. We'll see whether or not he can actually get it there. Potential 6/7/8 Sanchoku now as well, though I think the Aka is usually, to confirm values, are usually more consistent. Looks like Chris will be able to palm that 1-mon that Melvin just drew to Tenpai once Melvin cuts it. That's going to be the Chi. I'm just going for Tanyao Aka, it looks like. Yeah, Ishan 10. Ishan 10 for Damien for 2,000. 3-pin. I mean, you might as well hold on to it, I think, just in case you end up honing to. But
yeah, cut the 1-mon, and then if you draw a block around, you can just go drop the Sozu.
Yeah, decides against it. Chris technically makes his Ishan 10 wider here, though he has already cut a 7-so, so we'll see whether or not he's willing to hold on to it. I think times like this, it's actually not so bad to, even though the 7-so is furry 10, because if someone's defending against you, that's a 7-so that they'll cut, and you might get to cheat it. Oh, surely this is the weight swap, right?
Yeah, the 1/4 looks a lot better.
Or it's
it's a 1-so Chun.
Yeah, so switches to 1-so Chun, which is definitely more aligned with 3-so Chun.
I guess Ryaman is only a 3 Han, so fair enough.
Yeah. I don't think you can go Ryaman there, right? Oh yeah,
could.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
But
Well, it'd be
I forgot that the 3-so is the door there, so I don't think it's
no, because it'd
probably.
be you'd have 1-1-2-3-3. So yeah, you're opting between penchants. So really, the only option is just switch your Shanpon there.
You're right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of 2-so draw.
Yeah, all right. There's gonna be the Chi at the Tenpai here for Damien. We'll see what Tenpai he decides to take. Decides to take the 4 Mon 5-so Shanpon for Tanya Dora 1. Can still draw Dora. Ooh, Tenpai now for Melvin as well, waiting 3-6-so. And then this is gonna be the Ponda Tenpai for Chris, waiting on 8-Mon.
Here we go.
Yeah, so Melvin waiting 3-6-so. All 4 players Tenpai. We'll see who draws what first. I don't even want to think about how many weights are live or whatnot. Ooh, Damien could swap here. It's a better weight out of it if he decides to do so, though does lose his ability to accept Dora. Decides against it. I'm just going to throw that 5-Mon right back. Maybe he doesn't want any part of cutting like a 7-Mon and maybe feeding Chris's Chanta.
You did have the choice to drop 4-Mon as well if you think that looks better.
That is true. Oh, that's going to be the 8-Mon for Michael, and that's going to feed that Chanta. Chris going to win his dealer. Haku Chanta should be just 30 Fu.
Yep, not quite enough.
Yep. Would have been enough on Sumo. Yep. 2,900, and they've pretty much just exchanged the points that they exchanged last hand. But this time, a honba is created. Now we go to self 1. A lot of tense hands in this. 4 players Tenpai, or like 3 or 4 players Ishanten, and 3 or 4 players Tenpai almost every hand.
Yeah.
All right, so South 1 repeat now. Ooh, a really good dealer hand here for Chris.
Yeah, this is insanely good here. Probably just squeeze south here, and then you can try to draw around Dora.
Yeah, turn 1 Ishanten. Can try to connect to the Dora, but 1 pin north is probably one of the higher win rates of a Shanpon that you'll have.
I would not need to think too hard before reaching that one.
Yeah,
there's a nice Dora draw for Damien. If Damien gets enough time, that hand could do something maybe.
Melvin's hand looks like it could be a Honito again, though he does cut south turn 1 following the dealer. All right. I think you just throw this back out. I think the Dora is just too good.
Yeah, you don't happen to really. To the third pair doesn't really add much. It's only like 2 extra tiles of acceptance.
Yeah, I'd much rather have the Dora connectivity. Plus, you can bait people, and it's like, oh, they cut 8-so on turn 2. When could they ever be waiting 9-so? Oh, wait, this is Tenpai. Hello, Damien. Damien's gonna reach you again with Dora 2. 3-so Hanchan. You're Chris here. That's kind of an eye roll moment. now you're
well,
now
Chris
you're
will probably just chase here.
I guess you have to jam a Dora.
Yeah,
it's not easy. Oh, Tenpai.
Yeah, easy push. You don't even have to think here. Just instant reachy.
Dora's just a tile.
The only question is if you open or not. But honestly, north 1 pin is such a good weight. I want to stay closed, I think.
Yeah, there it is. Ipatu jam, Dora, 1 pin north. Damien, we see immediately 2 of those 3-so stuck in his hand. Or stuck in Michael's hand. 2 pin, dangerously close. 1 pin is already 1 cut, so it is 3 tiles versus 4 in terms of the weight. Not counting what's in players' hands. Yeah, no, not open just yet. Or what do I mean just yet? Imagine if you could just decide
later. Can you imagine that? It gets the 3rd row. It's like, actually, I want to open this.
Yeah.
Someone reaches, and you just decide to open your hand after you see someone else reach you.
Yeah. Now that you've all folded, I would like more value if I win.
That would be so true.
Yeah, I believe we see 2 of the 3-so in hand. Or 3 of the oh, there's the sumo. Never mind. All right, re-sumo Dora, or sorry, re-sumo Aka. Oh, the double Dora misses on that, but it's gonna be a nice 330 sumo plus honba, 2,500 all.
Pretty good win there for Chris.
Yep. That is very important for him. It's going to catapult him to not quite first, but is quite nice. Yeah, Yeah, that north pair is not worth foo, so it is just 30 foo.
330, which is 2 all, which is 25. So that I take 25.
Yeah, Damien once again taking, a strong early Ricci and just didn't want to work out for him. Looks like the payments are being made. Chris, very notably a big math guy, so no surprise that the scores have been very accurate thus far. Ooh, and another, at least like off the rip, not a terrible looking high pie. So most of the paired tiles are kind of tiles you'd rather not have paired. Do not see our Dora. I think it might be in that left wall that we don't have vision of. Yeah, it looks like it is. Not a terrible first draw. Outside world where this is a 1-2-3 Sanchoka. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, confirm. Should have opened. Would have simoed. But like one fin north, like if anyone had that north, it was getting cut immediately.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen to be in anyone's hand. It's 4 pairs for Michael.
I
Dora
haven't
is the 9,
played
so
enough with Open Ricci, but like I wonder if there like becomes like a meta where like like someone who just loves Open Ricci chasing, and then you see him like closed Ricci, and it's like, hang on, what's going on there?
My
Why are you
opinion
so
personally,
closed?
my opinion personally is that if you're chasing someone's Ricci, it is there are very rare cases that you're chasing Ricci should stay closed.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is why I
think
wonder
that
if
is
it's like you're looking at your like honor tile and it's like, they didn't
yeah,
open,
it's like,
huh?
that is one of them. But yeah, I think it does create the meta. But at the same time, you only have so many tiles that are safe, and it's not like you only can defend versus the second Ricci.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damon's just gotten punished for reaching. At least he didn't draw it this time.
Like actually, oh sorry, that's not the door. I always make the
No.
mistake where I look at the indicator, or I look at the door and
Yeah.
think it's the indicator.
Yeah.
But
Sounds like you do well on the Final Fantasy ladder. That's the default setting. It just shows you the door instead of the indicator.
I also don't know if I could read those tiles.
I think it's overblown. I don't think it's that bad. But you saw them in Cincinnati, right? I think Mike brought them to the app, or someone brought them to the cluster BNB after the fact.
I don't know. I don't think I actually saw them there. I don't think I've seen them in person.
Yeah. I played with them the last time I was in New York. It was funny. But I have also played a decent bit of Final Fantasy Mahjong, unfortunately. I got my title. All right, that's all I needed. All right. Anyway, this hand actually. Ooh, this hand is drawn pretty well for Chris here.
Yeah, gonna drop this Sozu Hanchan here and just try to extend the Monzu, get 4 blocks out of it.
Ooh, that's a very nice draw from Michael. Though he does now have to make a decision on whether or not this hand is Chitoy. Is just gonna kind of continue hedging it. With the 1-2 pin Penchant is not the most efficient cut, but I think to hold on to 4 pairs and the 5 mon is a pretty reasonable choice. It's wild though. For as exciting as this game has been, there really haven't been the scores are very normal.
Yeah, no one's jumped too far out into the lead here.
Michael immediately rewarded for holding on to that 5 mon.
It's gonna be G2H on 10.
The thoughts of Chinitsu start creeping into your head now. But the Akarianmen is usually enough to put a stop to it.
Right.
And if you draw and most of your Chinitsu upgrades would just give you Chitoy Tenpai. Nice draw there for Chris. Let's see which tile block he decides to play away from here. Gonna play 1 mon with eyes. Yeah, eyes. I think
1 mon was kind of the pair, I thought. I don't know if I would have cut that.
Yeah, at the moment, I think it is. I think 2 mon probably is the strictly most efficient choice, but
there wasn't another great pair candidate at the moment.
Yeah, there are also 2 honba, so maybe just looking at trying to open any way you can. Oh, speaking of opening any way you can, that is going to be Damien phoning his West Wind, trying to pick up these honba. I think it has at least 1 door in hand. I don't know. Did I see a 9 sub pair? I might have seen a 9 sub pair.
I'm only mostly blind. Oh, well. Shows what we know.
Yeah, draws into
Now-
the 3-mon.
Chris now with a very nice looking Ishan 10.
Should be 8-mon.
I'd say 5-mon even. Goes with 4-mon though.
I was thinking 8-mon because you had Tanya chance.
Yeah, but I kind of would just value being on the better weight. Yeah, Damien does have 3 Dora. Now is Ishan 10. 3 Dora and a West Call, Ishan 10. Nice looking hand. We'll see what Damien gets, why Damien gets punished for playing this time. Melvin gonna try to hedge this E2, it looks like, especially because he doesn't have a pair in the hand just yet. I don't think this 4-pin really helps Chris.
Yeah, I think going for Tanya last turn rather than like this E2. Oh, whoa.
Chris really looking for that E2, it looks like.
That's pretty slow. Yeah, like
Yeah.
you don't usually throw away like Yummy Yum and Ishan 10.
Yeah. The question, would you cheat that 5-so from Damien's hand? With the 4-4-5-6 shape? Even like it doesn't progress Shan 10, but it does upgrade you from Kanchan Ryeonman to Ryeonman.
Probably.
I don't think I would have, just because I'm already like 3 Dora Tenpai or 3 Dora Ishan 10. But I think it was, worth consideration. Those cheese can also be a little bit tough to visualize sometimes as to like what exactly is left over in your hand. Oh, it does get Tenpai immediately. So now going to be 2-pin Kanchan for a Mangan plus 2 Honba. There is a roundup Mangan on in this rule set, so no 430 making the math hard. Not that hard, Well, we just simplify things.
Just a bit
Problem is that,
cleaner.
actually, I think with 2-pin being 2 cut, I think I would have taken the Chi.
Yeah.
You just don't really believe in 2-pin that much. I felt like I was setting up for him to sumo it.
Well, you could swap to a 4-pin. If you think
Yeah,
that
it looks like
better.
he's going
That's what we're
to.
gonna
It does
see.
swap the 4-pin. Yeah, fully live from what he can see. I think it's very reasonable here. Plus, now you have like much wider upgrade chances to Ryeonman and or like Nobitan if you want to pull him. Five pin now. Oh, that's Chitoi
That's
Tenpai for
Senpai.
Michael.
7-mon.
Yeah. Tanya Chitoi Aka, also a Mangan. Now waiting on 7-mon for Michael.
Stand
Nah,
clear of the open reach. Clear of the
We just had
open
to go
reach.
down with it.
Yeah, not quite open reachy.
Yeah. It'd be funny though.
False alarm.
Oh. Yeah. All good. See, is Chitoi can swap weights pretty easily. Decides to stick with the 7-mon.
Oh yeah, 8-pin twice. Oh no, 8-pin once.
There's a
These
sumo. Yeah,
ones
there's
good.
a sumo. Oh, the flourishy sumo. All right, Damien's like finally. Justice. Let's get his Mangan.
Yep,
With 2
2
Honba, that's
Honba,
gonna be
huh?
5,000. Pretty significant deal.
And it does move us to South 2 here. 5-mon Dora. Pretty mediocre dealer hand looks like.
Yeah. One thing to note is after all this chaos, Damien's just like, oh well, I'm right back where I started.
Yeah, that is true.
Not really a great looking hand for Damien either. Okay-ish for Melvin here. Actually, so sorry, that is the opposite of okay. That hand looks terrible. Said the wrong word. The okay looking hand here for Chris.
Yeah,
though.
this one's okay.
Yeah, I would have liked it better if he was East, of course. But certainly not a bad starting hand by any means. I think Tuso probably makes the most sense, yeah. Oh, get a look right for that 7-mon.
I think it's a little early to discard that. Tuso doesn't really help. Maybe trying to look for Epeko, but I'd rather just have the 2-7-mon.
Yeah, especially you want the ability to draw an Onko of the
Right.
or take the Shanpon in some worlds.
Yeah, typically just like 2 pairs is kind of the most efficient number of pairs to have.
Yes. Or 0 pairs. Then you get to
Well,
do
as long as
fun
you're not
things.
cutting a pair to go from 1 pair to 0 pairs.
True. Definitely a lot going on with this hand, even just this early. I'll just throw back this 6-pin. Michael is the dealer here, so that West pair is not really doing him a whole lot, but he does at least have decent shapes. Damien's hand moving its way towards, well, I was going to say Tanya, but I saw the 9-7, but it does have a Dora and Rion then. Robin's hand is still just kind of trash. Sometimes your hand is just trash. It'd be that
Here we
way.
go. Now we're Nomi
Yep.
Hanchan. Probably just gonna cut Tuso, assuming we want to greed the Dora.
Yeah, greeting the Dora makes a lot of sense here, but Pinfu Nomi, or like Rishi Pinfu is quite good as well. If you can simulate all of a sudden, you're skipping last place deal. Last place, of course, is Michael with the Destroyers, who are the team that everyone has been headhunting for the past like 6 weeks. And last week finally drew blood. So now, depending on how the scores ended up at the other table, if Michael takes a 4th here, the Destroyers might actually fall out of 1st place. Though I think from what I saw, I don't think that is happening.
Melvin's hand's still not going anywhere here.
Oh,
Oh, there you
there's
go.
the
There's
Dora
the Dora
connect.
connection.
Yep, which round men are we gonna cut? Have to think it's 5-6 pin, right? Yep, it cuts the 6-pin, hedges the 5-pin just in case you draw the Aka. Very solid play. You know, I mean, you're cutting 5-6 pin anyway. Might as well have the extra turn of being able to draw the Aka and immediately use it. Is that a Dora pair up for Damien? It is. Damien's drawn a lot of Dora this game. Our YouTube chat is a big fan of the of Sink the Ship, it seems.
I'm familiar with sinking. Oh, the Destroyers of the ship. I see.
Yes. Oh, well, there's the 5-pin. That is the wrong color 5-pin. I think you might as well just play out East anyway, just for the
Yeah.
just in case someone gets Tenpai before you do.
There's no reason to keep the East around.
I think the result is in from our off-stream table. I think Nancy ran up her deal in South and secured a large 1st place for Dora Neko. So I think it continues to be a 3-team race at the top. Yeah, I might make coffee between games. Coffee sounds good right now. 3-pin. 3-pin is here to bless Chris's hand.
And it's gone.
I mean, it was less important that he held on to it because it's objectively terrible to
Oh,
hold
does
on to
3-pin
that
work
pile.
that way? You could just simulate 3-pin and your win rate goes up?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Man,
You
I didn't
drew
realize that
3-pin.
3-pin was so powerful.
You drew 3-pin, therefore your hand is better. Next draw he will get Tenpai, and then we will be Fatsuma. Ah, well, wrong 9. Unfortunate.
It was close.
I tried, Chris. Looking at it like, from a non-meme occult point of view, the 3/6 one's pretty tough to draw right now, just with the tiles that are currently locked up in other people's hands. Double Dora, but like your hand is so bad. Just
really
jams
is.
it. Wow, is that gonna be a? Oh wow, I'm shocked that Damien didn't palm that actually.
I can't remember Damien's hand. Did it have like a route to go with
It, ha-
Tanya?
it has a Dora pair, and I think it can go Tanya. Oh, speaking of 3/6 mon being hard to draw, because it's only hard to draw for Chris.
This hand's kind of awkward. I guess we're gonna cut 8 mon here.
Yeah, it's definitely tough. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, yeah, the 7/8/9, so it definitely prevents the. All right, there we go. Then though, doesn't I think I would have liked to see the 4-mon play there and just hedge the Onkos.
Yeah. I feel like we've seen that mistake a couple times this game.
Yeah, when you can, you really want to hold on to your Onko to Tempai draws, like especially when you still don't lose the or when you're not sacrificing the Roundman to do so.
Yeah, if you don't have like a fixed head already and you have like Ryamin pair, and then like your
Yeah.
Ishanten, you want to lock one of those into the pair. Be a perfect
Yeah, now
Ishanten.
Damien's very awkwardly headless, or well, not very awkwardly headless, but has to make a choice.
It's like-
Decides to
it
just
makes
keep a
sense.
Dora pair, which makes sense. But like, if he had cut 4-mon, then his hand would be 5-5 mon and 4-4-5 pin,
Right.
which allows him to draw the same tiles that he currently has, but then also 5-mon and 4 pin to get Tempai. And with 2 Dora, that's like fairly important. Just like add those couple of draws of Tempai.
Yeah, you can consider breaking it if you're like keeping a safe tile, but it's not like what are we holding like a 4-mon
Yeah,
or
we're
something?
holding
I would
we're
not
holding the
consider
Dora
4-mon a safe
indicator.
tile.
Yeah. I believe Michael has drawn his way into Chito Ishanten, by the way. His hand was certainly not great. Now plays the 4-mon in favor of a safe tile for Damien.
I think after drawing the like draw we were keeping 4-mon for and then not keeping it, realized that actually we don't need this, do we?
Yes. Yes, Chito Ishanten here for Michael. You know, the hand was not great, so it's made its way all the way there. It's just something. Another one of these hands where everyone sits Ishanten forever. So Melvin's hand never really ended up catching up. But that is now Ishanten as well for
There's
him.
Ishanten. Could at least may possibly get K10 here.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
not a
we
very
get
good Ishanten. Oh, there finally is the Tempai for Chris. All right. Ricci pinned through
Ricci.
Dora 1. Remember when this hand got opened and we were like, oh, wow, what a good hand.
It took a while to get there in the end.
See, 3-pin Genbutsu. Now, because 3 pins in your discards, it made someone fold. That is not Tempai for Melvin.
Yeah, actually, somehow doesn't have a Butsu. Is that true? Goes with 1 pin.
I don't actually know. It is 6-9, so here for Chris. Not sure what that little pause was. Might have just given away that his weight isn't Sozu if someone chooses to make that read. As it looks like he double checks. Oh, well, Damien draws the deal-in tile. Does have 3 Dora and Ishanten, so might be a reasonable push if he decides to make it.
I think you would discard 9-mon first if you were going to push something. It's just going to
Yeah,
go
I'm
7-2.
just gonna fold out instead. Feels no need. Feels no pressure. Oh,
We're going to see a push for
Chi.
Tempai here. Discards the 4-pin, which...
Yep, is Tempai on the 7-mon, I believe? Obviously no Yaku.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
4-pin was just a push, right?
trying to see. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. 1 pin had come out, I think.
Right, 1-pin is pushed to Nippatsu.
Yeah, now has to push 1-mon, which I think is probably fine. No, well, actually, 1-mon is just a push. This is very, very brave play from first place.
Yeah, I think maybe didn't have any Genbutsu anyways. I can't quite remember.
It's very hard to like make judgments on like whether or not like what defense is from the perspectives that we have for live commentary.
Yeah, you only get a few
5 still
seconds
here.
to like look at. Okay, we have like 3-pin and 8-mon.
Jams the 5, so
Holy cow! This is pushing, all for just
Yep.
Tempai payments.
Yep. And Template payments that don't really help him all that much, but you know, when the flow is good, the flow is good.
Yeah, I guess so.
Michael's kept Chito Ishanten this whole time, but it doesn't look like he's gonna get it. Melvin has the Haite. See what he draws here. It's not a 7-mon. All right, Haku is gonna be safe. All right, so there's gonna be 2 players Tempai. We're gonna go to South 3 with a stick and a honba. But Michael is not able to ever find that Chito Tempai. Will not be holding his deal. Change is being made as we move into South 3 here. Scores are still very tight, especially with 2500 in the middle. Michael could win a Yakumon and then, or a Yakumon. Yeah, obviously he can win a Yakumon. But Michael could win a Mongon here, even just sumo, and would just immediately be in second place, I believe, with the honba and Riichi sticks. So certainly no one out of it. Though Damien looks like he has opened quite. Oh well, the left side of the hand looks a lot worse than the right side of the hand.
Still pretty good
I
though.
saw everything from the Tuso over. I was like, oh, this looks great.
Yeah,
And then the hand,
the 4 left tiles are just absolutely useless.
yeah, then the hand went away. That was covering. Looks like our Dora is the 9-mon for this hand. Not a great hand again for Melvin, but last hand his hand was also pretty bad, and he managed to pull points out of it.
Yeah, with some very brave pushes.
Yep, made it happen. All right, Chris taking in his high pie. Have we drawn yet? No, I don't believe so. No. Okay.
Let's have
That
a
is a pretty
Yaku and Dora 1 here. There's like
Yeah,
79 Sanshoku chances. Although I
yeah.
just kind of cut 8 so.
Yeah, immediately jams it. Maybe 2-pin is marginally better for said Sanchoku chances, but I think Shundora 1 here is perfectly fine for Chris. Though can't hedge the Honey 2 in some worlds. I do not like that Haku play from Damien. I think there's not really any reason to play Yakuhai here as dealer when you're in such a tight score situation. When you have just random guest win tiles instead.
Yeah, Yakuhai would be pretty useful for that hand.
Yeah.
Give yourself the chance to pair it up.
You have to like let yourself be dealer and be the best. Michael has 3 Dora in his hand now with that Akka draw, though obviously does have to connect to it. Ooh, fantastic draws here for Damien though.
We're just
Ooh,
getting
and
rid
his-
of those 4 tiles on the left, and then the hand will be great.
Yeah, pretty much. The chaff, I like to say. Just like, all right, once we cut all the chaff out of this hand, it'll be quite nice. It's another pair here for Chris. That is 4 of them.
Yeah, 4 pairs.
Maybe only. Oh, that is a nice draw for Michael. Could just be like a Riichi Dora 3 type thing. Maybe in some worlds, high rolls a Penfu.
Oh, here we go.
Hello.
Ishan 10.
Well, Ishan for Damien. That's gonna be the pawn for Chris. Gonna go, yeah, going for the Adazuke. Also hedging the Honi too, I think a little bit, but he really just wants to find a Chun and beat Tenpai, which might come out immediately for Michael. Nope, I'm gonna hold on to it for at least one more turn. I don't think this 4-mon helps. At least
No,
not
you're already in basically perfect Ishan 10. I can't really
Yeah.
improve
We
it.
also have meme Rion Peko shot. Is Rion
We
Peko
do.
a bounty? Does anyone remember?
I don't remember reading about it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, one way or the
It'd be
other, we'll
fun
find out.
anyways.
Yeah. It's always fun to see Rion Peko. Ooh,
We'll
that's
see if like the
8-mon.
Kanchan would get taken just for the meme. Like if we drew a 6-pin.
Oh, I think if we draw 6-pin, we might actually see it happen.
I would
It'll
just
probably
too
be down.
greedy this.
Oh wow!
Oh,
wow,
full
okay.
commit. Sends it.
We are actually committing, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, we do have a $22 prize pool incentive per
Nice.
Rion Peko, courtesy of Melissa.
Might see an effort for it here. But there's the chance.
that
We
is-
tempt on 8-mon.
Yep, Tenpai on the 8-mon for Chris for nice 2,000 plus 15 or plus 2,500. Be not quite enough to get him into first place, but would get him in range. That's that Tuso cut is so absurd.
I mean, it
I'm gonna
does
be
also
honest.
confirm Tanyo at the same time, I suppose.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
be
I don't
honest,
think
I
you
hope-
really need 4-pin.
I hope he draws one. So I hate seeing shit like that, but it's also like funny and good content. Chris draws 7-pin, so it right back out. Not any reason to change off of what he's doing. Be interesting to see what happens if he drew like another 5-mon. Could switch to like Dora-Tanki or like a stronger 6-7-mon weight, though for less points if he did that. Because he'd have to cut the Dora. 7-mon here is a pretty good draw for Melvin, but he's I think just a little bit too far behind. That does save him from probably cutting this 8-mon.
Yeah. Which means that at this point there's only one left for Chris here.
Yep. That's you're counting the door indicator among the ones that are being used, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it's once
Not
discarded, once held, and once in the door indicator.
yeah. It's not always like guaranteed that we remember to count the door indicator, especially because it's just not always in our vision.
Oh wait, it's actually just dead because there's also one in Melvin's hand. Were we counting that one? Is that the one that was held?
Oh, speaking of Dorotanki, here we go. 5-mon palm. All right, so Chris changes his weight to the 9-mon. Definitely more valuable. Though it actually only increases the value of the hand by 1900. Which, when you already have 2500 in the middle, it's not a very significant increase, you know. Especially with the 3 calls that he's made, I don't think anyone's going to be cutting the Dora by choice, considering that he's pulling 3 times in what could be a Manzuhoni too. Can't really switch to 1-mon here. It would be for Ethan. I mean, you can. It would just be
I don't really know why
silly.
you would pawn and then shift off to Ortonki. I feel like that was. I guess the
I
8-mon
mean,
weight was kind of bad.
maybe
it's
if you
like you
draw
could
9
shift-
pin. Maybe if you
Yeah.
draw 6-9 pin. No, that is a good point. The pawn also does get it to 40 fu with a Tonki weight. No non-key business. There's a Dora, right? We only see the 2 paired. There's still a Dora available.
I think so.
The question is, if Damien draws the Dora, how in love with his hand is he? Ooh, Melvin draws an Akka. 3 pin? That's a good Tonki. Oh, now Michael upgrading his Ishan 10 as well. How many times this game have we just seen
Oh.
like,
We're
there's gonna
finally
be the
just gonna see a
cheat.
chi here.
No, Ryan feeling pressure to catch up by the 3 pawns from Chris. So it's gonna be a 3-6 pin wait for Damien for just Tanya Dora 1. Oh, and there's the last. Oh, Damien!
that call is pretty big.
Oh, and wait, Melvin deals right in.
Oh, not door came out? Wait, what?
No, but the 6 pin.
Sorry, it's the other one. The 3-6 pin came out.
Yeah.
That makes more
This is
sense.
gonna be 230 plus Honba. That's gonna be not an insignificant amount of points. I think that actually gets Damien into first place. No, not quite. Just barely not.
Wait, that was. Is that the right score?
Yeah, it was. It should be.
It was 2 Han 30, right?
Yes.
So it was only 1 home at the time.
Yeah, one Honba. Yeah, picks up the picks up the Honba, picks up the Richi stick left over, and gets a pretty nice hi-fi actually for himself.
Yeah. Door 2 pair. It's got 2 completed sequences. I don't know why we'd cut 8 pin. Let's just cut honors.
Yeah, this is a remarkably close 3-way game at the moment.
Whoa, that's a lot of Sozu. And that's even more
Yeah.
Sozu's. Churin?
Oh, again? After last
Again? What do you mean
week's player.
again?
Last week someone was Charity shot 10.
Oh dang, I missed that one.
Yeah.
And this looks like a call for Junchan.
Yeah, it looks like that's gonna be where we try to go with it. I think looking at the tile. Oh, another call immediately. I can't even reach the hands right now. All right, they'll settle down here in a second, I'm sure. All right, there we go. Chris is just like, all right, do I get to discard this one? Could also get called for Jinshan. Nope. Oh wait. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it does get to call it. 2 pawns or 2 calls already, but for the Jinshan. Everyone else has to quickly take stock of their hand, see if they can try to catch up in any way. Melvin with a really nice draw there, filling that 2 pin. Potential for the 2-3-4 sound choker even. Chris with that pair of is Chris? No, Chris isn't quite Ishan 10. Though the Jinshan is Ishan 10. Now, is that Ishanta from Melvin?
I think so, with that 6-pin draw.
Everyone's moving so fast this round. Hard to keep up. Ooh, all right. Michael with a choice to make here. Decides
throw it back.
against that. Yeah, decides against that Kanchan. The Junchan with 2 honba is definitely a significant amount of points. Does it have a Dora in it? I think it does. Yeah, Junchan Dora 1. Ooh, this is
Like your
Tempai, I
draw.
believe, for Melvin. It is just a random Tonki at the moment. Yeah, it's Tempai on 2 mon.
It
Or
was
just
hard to see
Tanya
if the hand
or
would
Tanya
work.
Dora 1. Oh no. Oh, that's so gross. Yeah, Melvin wins the Dama 2 mon Tonki for Tanya Dora 1 with 2 honba.
1,000 plus 3.
Gonna shut down the Junchan and building possible Chinitsu with just a very quick Damatanya there.
Yeah, I
Probably
mean,
a
of course you
reach on
don't.
it. Yeah, I was gonna wait to try to draw like a pin tile or something, but you'll take the
Yeah,
win.
or like a 3/4 mon would have given him a Sanchoku upgrade.
There were a lot of
But yeah,
upgrades for that hand.
yeah, absolutely will take a nice. It was what 240? Yeah. Yeah, nice Dama 240 there. Plus the honba, which is more than the value of the hand. That one becomes a lot better when the honba is more than the value of your actual hand.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty decent hand here for Chris.
Yeah, and
That's a nice shape.
did drop into like a not insignificant like amount of points below second place with that dealing. Not that you can really do anything about it. It's more of just like a now actually has to plan out a way to make this hand worth a decent amount. And Honitsu / Chinitsu is a pretty good way to do so, especially with the East Dora. This hand for Melvin's pretty awful, but he is in first place. So we can just choose to take a more passive approach. Ooh, Dora draw for Chris. Doesn't have one to pair it with, but Honitsu is looking better and better, and he's going to go for it. Michael's hand looks kind of nice. 52 sumo is enough. Richi sumo, Pinfu, Akko, something like that would be enough for Michael to get out of last. Ooh, and Anko draw here for Damien. What is Damien's win condition here over Melvin? 330 sumo? Right? I think.
It's
Yeah, 330.
6,200 points.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
52 would do it.
yeah, or yeah, even 330 sumo would do it, right? Oh wait, no.
No, that's just short. It would work
Yeah, I
with
was
like a Richi stick.
yeah, I was thinking it was 2,000 all for some reason because Damien is definitely the dealer right now. Totally. Ooh, Michael's going right for this Honitsu / Chinitsu actually. Everyone trying to find as much value of this last hand as they can. So I'm gonna be playing naturally slower hands. We'll see if anyone can actually make it happen. We'll probably see some calls start flying here though once the correct. Ooh, the Dora pair. All of a sudden, Michael's hand is looking real spooky. That's a really nice pair up. Oh, now Damien's going Honitsu. We've got competing Sozo Honitsus, we've got a Pinzu Honitsu, and we've got Melvin just with like, please let me out of this game with first place.
There's another pin draw.
Yep. We'll see how long Chris holds on to this Dora, because it might end up killing him even. Depending on when it ends up getting cut. The thing with the Honitsu actually is that Damien can probably make, and like because he has the Hatsu Anko, if he does get the Honitsu, if he sumos it, most of the time it's gonna be 40 fu.
Right.
So his hand it will be enough most of the time. Ooh, will
Michael's
we see
getting
the
closer.
Khan? No, I don't think so. Yeah, the Khan I don't think makes much sense. Oh, he could also get Itsu here and be able to run anyone. He being Damien. No calls just yet, but everyone's hand is kind of progressing naturally. All right, you're in charge of this Pinzu hand. I don't want to think.
All right.
Oh
Well, let's
my
just cut loose
god!
honors. Oh wow, these draws.
What a draw! That's insane.
I think that's still Ishanten.
Yeah, not quite Tenpai. This has got the floating 1-so and the floating 8-so Arianman. Yeah, so no one Tenpai just yet. Oh my
Oh
god!
my goodness, this is getting exciting.
What
These
is
hands are just
happening
drawing
here?
so well.
Okay, I thought that was another. I thought that was a 6-0 or something. I was like, what is? There's no way, right? Ben Honorion Peko Ishanten actually for Michael with Dora too.
Wait, is this Chitoi Tenpai now? Or is it East
No,
Shanten?
Yeah, Ishanten still for Melvin. Ooh, there's the Haku. Slight backfire, but like you can't really do anything about that.
This Kuti
Have to,
Ishanten is pretty wide. Gotta figure
yeah,
just about any Sozu draw I think should be Tenpai. I think actually any Sozu draw.
I think so.
139.
Definitely ones that you prefer, namely 7-so. It's East also very good.
So far,
Instead,
just hasn't
everyone's
gotten
not
there
just
quite
drawing.
yet.
Everyone's drawing all those Mansu that no one wants.
That is true.
I think it's what, like 7 or 8 trials in a row, or just Mansu cuts. Ooh, okay. No, that 1-so is not callable by either of the Sozus. Another Manzu.
Another Manzu. Here we go.
Another 3-pin. All right, 3-pin. You see a poem? No, I don't. Can't Chris poem that? I don't even remember.
It's
Too
hard
much
to keep
going
track
on.
of 3 different Honitsu hands at the same time.
Yes, this is not the easiest thing to see. No, you could not pawn it. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
9-pin. That's
that's at
probably
least
Ishanten?
that's at
I'm
least
gonna
a
assume that's
simple enough shape
Ishanten.
to oh, speaking of, there's another 3-pin. That's at least a simple enough shape to keep track of. 7-9 pin. Oh, all right. Somewhat helpful. Damien's Honitsu definitely lagging behind the other two though.
Yeah.
All these honor tiles are also terrifying to cut the way these
Oh my
hands
gosh,
are
it's the
playing out.
Chitoi
Oh,
Tenpai. Somehow the
Chitoi
Chitoi is
Tenpai.
the first one to get to Tenpai here.
Of course, of course.
So West is twice cut. Tuso actually Shonpai. So probably gonna wait on Tuso. With a
Oh, throws
Ricci
it
as well.
sideways. Ricci on the Tuso. Ricci waiting on the Tuso here.
Oh, and here we got a 6-pin draw.
6-pin? Are you kidding me? This is definitely not Tenpai.
Tenpai, but
It can't possibly be Tenpai with 2
I
Kanchans.
imagine the East comes out.
This
And then
is
you can think about
impossible.
like what you're calling.
What is going on with this? I mean, like, what is this? But also, like, wait, you
Yeah.
now have to cut the door. You now have to cut the door Ipatsu into a dealer Ricci.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Not do that?
Oh yeah. All
Alright,
right.
there's
There's
the
the
poem for
poem.
Michael. So this is
Wait, does
Tenpai.
Michael want? It's 5-8-so now for Michael.
Yeah. I think could have taken a different weight as well. Was it a Tuso? I can't remember the
I
hand.
think either. Oh wait, is that the red 5-so?
Oh, it got discarded. Oh, it is.
Oh no!
So
Was he reaching?
Honitsu Dora 4
Dora
for
4.
Hanemon.
It's a Hanemon. That's a fourth. That's a fourth the first Gakten in all last.
Yikes.
That's. Oh gosh.
That was feeling the Chitoi. The Chitoi let him down here. What a swing.
No. Poor Melvin. The destroyers continue destroying. They took a roundabout path, but they steal first. You see, the curse thing is that, like, the manga wasn't enough.
No, it needed to be the
had to
Aka
be-
5-so.
It had to be exactly the Aka. That's so gross. What an absolutely absurd hand.
Yeah.
Damien looking is like, oh, that's where my Sozu were.
I do wonder if the Ricci's necessary when there's like a pretty big Oka.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you do have to continue even if you win.
Well, not if you don't Ricci.
No, I know. Okay, but like, if you win the hand, like, you don't have the option
Yeah.
to just not. You don't have the option to not.
That's why I'm just wondering in like the last row if you just like. Yeah, if I get Chitoi win, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's hard to say Ricci's wrong, but From
Yeah.
first place, I might consider just dominant.
Yeah, you
falling.
could maybe just like run it to the end and then call no 10, or even
Yeah.
like pass a win if it's like late, if it's very very late. But yeah, I mean it's just a brutal backfire. Anyway, that's gonna do it for us on this first game. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll have the other table, and also have confirmed the results of what happened there. See you in a few.
All right, welcome back for the second Hanchan here. Players have gotten seated here. We should be underway shortly.
Yep, this second matchup tonight should be Wei representing the Sours versus Josh, the captain of the Triad, versus Nancy representing Dora Neko, and lastly Mike representing the Falcons, not Michael. Those are two different members of the Falcons. I believe the first game. Let me pull up the actual results of the first game real fast here. So I know Nancy rolled, but I think she like had a big self streak. Yeah, so Nancy actually was the only one positive from the first game with a 60,000 point first place. Mike of the Falcons picked up second place with 19.3, which even with this UMA is still minus 0.7. Way of the Sours, I believe, confirmed his third place from what I saw in the chat with 12.9, got a minus 27. And the Triad took a minus 52 that they really could not afford to eat. As Josh finished last with 8,000. Obviously, did not see anything of what happened in that game, but it does give us a little bit more of a parity between what it is parity with a T between the like 4th and 5th place teams and the like 6th through 8th, though everyone's still obviously very within range. Naturally, with the results, the top 3 have kind of isolated themselves even further from that 4th spot as Dora Neko jumps all the way to 162. Well, 4th place, the Falcons, a new member of the 4th place rank, are all the way down at minus 110. Gonna take a lot. Looks like we're about ready to get into it. Looks like it's going to be Wei as our first dealer here.
Apparently, someone walked away from the table, so we might have to wait.
All right, we're good.
Okay.
All right, we are into the game. I believe that's a 1-mon Dora, correct? Immediately see the 5-mon Onko for Weibin here, including the Aka.
The rest of the hand looks like kind of a mess, though.
Yeah, it could be going for news and discards.
Ah, yeah, that is a good start there. Correct first discard.
Yep. Yeah, for Josh's hand, not a whole lot doing. Got all the wrong ones, and the other ones that are Dora. Hatsu pair for Nancy. Oh boy, all right. It's gonna be a little bit harder to keep up with this table, I think. That's okay though. All right, nice draw here for Josh. Fills in the Kanchan. Not a great overall hand. Nancy seems to have some sort of stuffed animal, but not a great hand.
Does have the door pair as well as a Yaku high for calling, so there's like at least chances to open for a somewhat valuable hand, but the shapes are pretty slow.
Yeah, and also needs to find that call, which, as we saw from the last table, is not always something that's guaranteed. Saw a lot of calls that just never really came to fruition, or like a lot of calling hands that never really came to fruition. All right, that is going to be the Hatsu Pon, I believe. Yep, for Nancy. Throws out the North Dora, or the North not Dora, has the Dora pair. I'm losing my mind.
With door 2, even if your shapes are a bit weak, it's definitely worth calling and trying to give it a shot.
Oh yeah, I threw that in the opinion game chat this week. It's like with Dora 2, like we ball.
Yeah, there's that the manga page that people like to share.
Yep. Ooh, speaking of, there's another Dora, and now that even could contribute to a nice 2-3-mon weight at the end of the hand if she can get Tempai without feeling that. Could be another dominant start for Dora Neko and Nancy if she can actually make that happen. Though this is 5 pairs now for Josh. Probably didn't really expect this hand to be Cheetoy, but that is where it currently is.
It can definitely sometimes happen if you just draw nothing but pairs.
Yep. Did hold on to the 3-mon, so that prevents Nancy from progressing her hand with a Chi.
It might come out later, though. It's not like it's a particularly great Cheetoy tile.
Yeah.
Way's hand and not really doing anything special. Ooh, 6-0. Not really great for Chitoy either. So that
Can
is
we get
gonna
called by
cheese.
Nancy?
Yep. Still not quite. Still Hanchan 10 even with 3 calls. My favorite 3 call shape. Or is it only 2 calls? No, it's only
Still
2
two
calls. Never
calls,
mind.
but
Never
we can
mind.
see a
Yeah,
third
yeah,
call if the 3-1
yeah,
comes
yeah,
out.
yeah. 3 calls, no 10 is my favorite shape.
What about 3 calls, 2 Shantan?
That's called please respect me while I actually make a hand worth playing. Oh, there's the Chitoy backfire. Unfortunate, but you know
Oh,
what can
there
you
we
do?
go. Now we
Now we
Shantan.
shot that. If that 3-1 comes out, all of a sudden it's gonna be on a really good weight. All right, there's gonna be the 5-pin pulling for Mike. Going for a potential just Tanya Aka. Does need to find a 6-mon. Ooh, really good draw here for Weibin. I
You probably
imagine you
one of these
cut one of the
Kanchan.
7-9. Oh, cuts 2-4, so interesting.
Was
I
there a
wonder.
Sanshoku? I can't remember now.
I don't think so. Oh, nope. All right, Tusa goes right back out. I'm gonna be honest. I had to play the 3-mon forever ago. Oh,
It's gonna hold the
actually,
3-1 just long enough to deal in.
yeah. The 6-mon though, when Nancy cuts, is also gonna give Mike his ideal tempi.
That is true.
Neither thing has happened quite yet. Another good draw for Weibin. See, this is why I would have liked to cut the one of the 7-9 so that you can get that Tanya upgrade and make your hand
Yeah.
openable. Nancy thinking about, yeah, I think maybe just like wants another, like, doesn't want to be committed to the Dora like this. Ooh, Mike might jump away from that 7-8-mon
Yeah, I
shape.
would definitely cut 7-8-mon.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
look for the Tanya confirm, and then Nancy's gonna cut the 6-mon, and he's gonna feel upset. That is in fact how Mahjong be. Josh Stilly Shantan, just trying to look for it. Plays out the 8-pin. That 3-mon has stayed in hand for quite a while.
yeah,
Oh, there's
I
the
wonder
all
what.
right, good switch, Shane. Good switch, Nancy. Just
Well, the 3-pin also has a chance to be called here.
yeah, and actually that'll be Mike now pointing to a Tanya Toy Aka 1 tempai, I assume.
Doesn't even want the tune. I guess it's twice. No, it's only once cut, right? Yeah, the tune looked pretty good.
Yeah, still has not found their way, but has also been denying Nancy this shot or
Well,
this
now
tempai
Nancy
this whole
might
time.
switch off it with a 2-mon. We'll see.
Oh,
Nope. Gonna stick with
decides
the Penton.
maybe thinks that. Oh, there's the con. All right, the open con here.
Draw doesn't help. Is that 7-mon Dora?
It looks like it. Yeah, draw does not help. We'll see. We'll see if Nancy actually does end up ever cutting this 3-pin. I don't think she will now. Nancy must not like something about the 1-4, so.
I guess there's a couple Forsos that have been discarded.
Yeah. There it goes. Draws the new indicator. But, you know, couldn't have gone Toy with and still accepted that 6-mon, so. Call it a necessary casualty. That's tempai? That is
It is
tempai. That is
Tenpai.
going
We're
to
gonna see a
be
Ricci.
7-so. 7-so Ricci waiting on 8-pin Kanchan. Oh, and here's the Dora draw for Josh. I mean, obviously that's not going to come out. Yeah, it does play the 9-pin, which I believe is Gambitsu. Nancy also draws a safe chun, just cuts it. Now Mike's got to make some choices. Doesn't actually have anything that looks particularly safe. Decides to play the 2-pin Tsuji. Weibin's weight not very good. Mike can chi a Gembutsu 2 tempai if Nancy ever draws it and then cuts it. Wild that Nancy's hand never actually got tempai.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
thought that 3-mon was going to come right out, but it never did.
yeah, could be speaking too soon here, of course. Fremont is now Suji as well. Like, Mike doesn't really have anything better to discard. Could not deal in if he tried. There's always a nice feeling. There's
the
one of those
8-pin.
8-pin. Yeah, is a backfire on the cheat toy. There it finally is. Now Nancy's 2 5-pin tenpai. You know what's gonna happen here? Oh,
What's
I
gonna
fully
happen?
expected that. I fully expected that draw to be a 2 5-pin. The 6-pin's kind of cursed though.
Yeah, I still don't really know what you have that isn't cursed.
5-0 like might be okay. Maybe. Maybe 6-0. 6-0 I think is probably the least cursed tile.
Yeah, it's like Sotogawa to Forso.
Yeah.
3-pin.
Yeah. Well, 3-pin never betrays anyone, so this is also a good choice.
Oh,
Oh,
but
wait,
we
that was-
do actually see the deal in there on the 8-pin.
Yep. Oh, Ricci Dora Ura does
So-
hit. Looks like that was the original Ura. So the Recon did not actually create any value for Way here.
Look at the
But
Ricci door
does
too,
pick-
though.
Yep, it does pick up the nice 77 off of Josh. Did not see the hand, but I think maybe we got spooked a little bit by the other opens and the fact that other players were continuing to play so aggressively. So might have played a tile that was a little bit more dangerous to Way, but a little bit safer to the table on average. Regardless, ended up getting hit for it. So gonna be down 77 as Waybin repeats his dealer. And it looks like 1-so is gonna be our Dora here. Wade does have a nice looking potentially Peiko. But would need to find that 3-mon Penchant. That's always a little tough one. Peiko Penchant always feels so bad because you're already using one of your Wades.
Yeah.
It's like Penchant's already bad enough. Nancy's hand's not bad to just try to pick up some honba. I think she had a Dora and an East pair, right?
Definitely had an East pair. I don't remember if it had a Dora.
Yeah, I think is Wei Ishanten. Wei is Ishanten. That Avon's a very nice draw for Josh. Fills in the extended Monzu shape.
Oh, there's the
Oh.
East.
Yep, it doesn't come out just
Hanchan.
yet, but it probably will be soon. Ooh. Yeah, definitely gotta hold on to this 3-so here. Not gonna see the mistake that we saw quite a few times last game. Gotta hold on to those potential onkos. Yeah, Nancy does have the 1 Dora. Oh, okay. There's gonna be the North Pawn from Mike. He is the North seed here.
Here's the
Plays
chance,
up the
yep.
East. Yep, and there's then the East. All right, so calls going all over the table. Everyone just trying to pick up the 1.
Oh, and there's another call. 3
Yep,
in a row
now
here.
Ishanten for Mike. They've just decided that this is in fact a 2-player game. Now they've deemed to give away a turn. He draws an Aka, makes his potentially Ishanten even better. Or makes his Ishanten even better, his potential Tenpai. Oh, that's the wrong wind.
Yeah, I know. I
Con.
also was looking for the con.
I think with the Aka, do you think Wei might consider dominating this if he does end up filling on the Penchant? Or not the Penchant?
I'm tempted
think
to
if he fills-
Ricci with just the open hands.
Ooh, there's gonna be the pawn, so it's gonna be 7-so wait for Mike for North Aka.
Was there also 1-so?
No.
What was the Chi? I can't remember now.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'm dumb. Ooh, interesting choice here for Wei. Decides to go for the 2 5-so twice instead of trying to hit that Penchant.
6-mon draw. That might also might have been Ishan 10.
Is that is going to be Tempai for Nancy on this chi as well? Waiting. Oh no, decides
Oh.
against it.
Doesn't want to push the 6-0 into Mike, I guess, with representing a Honitsu.
Yeah, maybe just knows that Mike has a pair of 3-pin and won't cut them. There's a 1-so for Waven. His hand is getting more and more expensive and is still Ishanten. That is no, it's not quite
Ishan
Tempai.
10.
Yeah, it's a very awkward one as well. For how few tiles are in Josh's discard, you'd think it'd be like earlier in the hand, but no, it's been quite a bit so far. Nancy does not draw back Tempai immediately. Still trying to fill around that 6-0 that she didn't want to cut. I think, oh yeah, because Mike's representing a Honitsu.
Yeah.
Even though it's not actually a Honitsu. Okay, it's not a Honitsu, right?
No, it's not a Honitsu.
I feel like my brain's lagging.
The pair is like a Pinzu pair.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. It's the 3-pin pair, of course, that I mentioned. Yeah. Once again, not a tile that can be conned. Oh, there's the 3-mon. I think Waven definitely would have dominated this Tempai if he had stuck around for it. But probably didn't want to cut the 3-4 so into what Mike is representing. And it's actually just kind of like fully out of his hand now. Took his 77 from the first and is
Yeah. There might be like a Chitoi Mawashi or something, but oh, here's a
Yeah.
Tempai for Nancy. Denied the last Tempai, and yeah, it's going to deny this one as well. The 6-0
Yeah, I
is pretty
think-
rough to push.
everyone really thinks that Mike is Honitsu. I mean, and why wouldn't you? You know, between his discards and his calls. It does have the 3-pin Onko now. Has the option to change, which okay, switches to the 8-so Tonki. I am a fan actually of this swap. I think when you look that Honitsu, especially when you're not Honitsu, if you can find a way to switch your weight out of the suit you look good in, your win rate will go up by quite a bit. Though it does seem that this 8-so is kind of loose in Josh's hand.
Mike
But
start the 6-pin though, just because of the Honitsu threat, and already has cut a 7-pin.
yeah, or 2-mon.
I kind of want to keep the 2-mon for the Itsu, but no, just gonna come right out.
Yeah, oh, 3-pin.
I guess the
Well,
1-mon
Mazda-
is 3 times cut at this point, so it doesn't really make sense. Oh, here we go. That was
there's
the
2-pin.
draw.
Yeah, no Furryton either, so it's gonna be 1-2-4-pin for Mike.
It's actually not the best weight. I think there's at least 2 1-pins out.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
2 2-pin out as well,
2
and a
4-pin.
4-pin. Could see a pawn here from Waven. Thinking about it, would have to jam the Dora. But like, if you're reading the pension cut is either like no 10 or not Honitsu, I think you can do it. Oh no, just gonna jam it and play 3-mon. Okay.
Try to
Or
Mawashi
jam the
around
pawn
the
at-
Sozu.
Yeah, or just like looks like he's just trying to get K10, keep his deal. Oh nope. Had his fingers on the 8-so, but not quite yet.
There we go.
Does end up go with the 8-so. That is also Chitoi Ishanten for Josh. And Tempai again for Nancy.
Has denied all the
Break-
other Tempais.
Yep, but now with the 8-9-so pension, maybe you're convinced? Nope, that's gonna be the 1-pin deal-in. Yep. And they're like, why is this not a Honitsu? But at the same time, 3,900 plus honba, please. Well, that would have actually been 40 fu on 2-pin.
Yep.
Yep. So slight Yasume. But quite happy with 5,400 there if you're Mike. Got off your bad weight. I was gonna say before, what were the odds that Mike cons the 3-pin if Nancy cut it?
Oh,
But then he drew the 2-pin. And I was like, oh, okay, probably not.
Gone into Haruka.
It'd be very funny. It'd be good. It'd be good for the stream.
It would. Should Shiora Rotai for next season.
Shiara Rauta is just a funny Yaku. I think it's very funny.
We're east here. Saw one
Yeah.
of those.
East Dora in
Chocolate,
East
huh?
Round is always a little bit scary. Sorry, I was sipping coffee. I feel old. I need my coffee to be up past 9 p.m. Realistically, I just need coffee because I want to play Mahjong after this. I can never watch Mahjong without wanting to play Mahjong.
Yeah. That's
It's just
why I
impossible.
watch less like Twitch streams these days, because like I'll watch 5 minutes and then just boot up a ladder game.
Yeah, this is exactly what I do. And then like I'll try to keep the stream up while I play ladder, and then like start losing, and I'll blame the stream. Then the stream gets closed.
Yeah.
Relatable content. Anyway, Nancy's hand looks quite nice here. To just kind of become like a Ricci Pinfu type deal. Maybe Tanya in some worlds. Yeah, only East 2. I don't know. Maybe it's just that there was a repeat in East 1 of both games, but like it feels like the I don't know, it feels like that was a very long East 1, even though it was just one repeat. Maybe there was just a lot going on.
Yeah, there were a couple long hands.
Yeah. Ooh, a really nice draw from Mike there, filling in the 4-mon into the Ryankon for the potential Tanya. Could get another 3-sided pair weight. Let's say definitely a shape to be familiar with, just for anyone who's trying to pick up Mahjong, is the the Anko, the 777, and then the 8, waiting on both 6-9 as a 2-sided weight and the 8 as a Tanki. Very, very good shape when you don't have a pair. When you do have a pair, you just get rid of the 8.
Right. That's a strong Kanchan fill we shot from Nancy into a headless Ishan 10.
Yeah. Everyone's slowly moving. There's the 2-pin pawn from Wei. Going for the Adazuke. Just Hatsudora 1, it looks like. Brief pause here. Oh, okay. Josh drew the 8-pin already. I thought for some reason he hadn't drawn. Ooh,
Oh.
I probably would have thought about Dorazanki there.
It's
probably
I don't know, the hand-
probably
it's
a
such good
bad
headless
idea.
shape.
Yeah, the hand is like the Yishanten's too wide to like accept the losses from Dora, but like maybe you could play 9-mon there. And just say like this way I'm always Tanya if I'm getting it. But yeah, now the Dora are gonna start to come out from everyone who's been holding one. Now that one's been cut.
I just like the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 headless shape so much.
Oh, for sure. Mike is also Ishan 10, by the way. Yeah, it does have a pair in his hand. So that 8-mon is less and less useful. It does decide to cut it.
Yeah, I could try to improve into a Pinfu or like a confirmed Pinfu.
Yeah, do we see any of the Hatsu anywhere? That's what Wayman is definitely looking for.
I don't think we have seen the Hatsu.
That is the tile that's locking down Wayman's hand right now. But if he can get it, then. Oh well. Speaking of, I don't think there's any world where Nancy doesn't cut this.
Hatsu.
Yep, it's gonna be the palm. That is not quite Tempai. What did he cut? Cut the 6-pin. Yeah, okay, that was doing nothing for him. But now he's shunting for Wayman. Josh's deal here just really hasn't gotten any of the draws he'd really be looking for. Everyone else's hand is progressing much more smoothly. Ishan's an upgrade here for Mike.
Yeah.
He decides that he wants it.
It's
It's
like
potentially for.
Oh, you see,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter that you're 30-10 at 7 because you just never wait on it.
Yeah, like there's no world where you're forced to wait on 7, so the Furryton doesn't matter. So you might as well just keep the efficiency.
I guess there's like wants to improve the shape and maybe values that Yonrin-kai more than the 7-so Tempai draw.
Yeah. One of my favorite actually sections of the Kobogo book is there's Tempai. One of my favorite sections. Yeah, one of my favorite sections of the Kobogo book is pretty much just like saying, don't be worried about like Furryton when your hand's open, because you can those are tiles that people will play into you, so you can just call them back.
Right.
Wave-in Cheese gonna be 4-7-mon Tempai for just Hatsu Aka. Dora gets jammed. Oh, there's a 4-mon. That is Tempai for Nancy. That is the last Tempai you wanted to see, but it is Tempai. 7-pin Ricci. 7-pin Ricci?
Is that for the Suji trap?
All right. No, all right.
Yeah. We also had
Nancy
Yeah,
Dama 7-pin with no Yaku. Sorry, what did you say?
I was just gonna say this. I think if I was Mike, I would either like have Ricci that hand or just broken Tempai. I don't know how much the 5
But,
so
like,
we got with Dama is.
Yeah, the 4-6 pin's pretty good though. Another Akka draw for Josh, who's now Ishan 10 with Pandora 2 potentially. Ooh, Furita non-Tanky that's very dead. See, now here's where the big baller move is to Ricci with Force. No, stays Dama. No one finding any of these upgrades. That's going to be Sumo for Weibin though. 500, 1,000, and a nice go next. Pad his small first. Anyway, this moving into Nancy's deal here, not the easiest not the easiest high pie to make some use out of, but not bad shapes either. It does have that Dora penchant now.
Mike look at it pretty strong high pie though.
Yep, immediate Chun Palm from Weibin. Yeah, Nancy's shapes are like not bad, but it's just like you just need those couple of key tiles, and there's not really an open path. Yeah, Mike, or is that Mike? No, I think. Yeah, it is Mike's hand. That looks quite nice. Josh's hand, ooh, with the West pair up, he's not West seat, but it could be a potential strong weight. Also, has 4 pairs again. I think at this point, if you're Josh, you're kind of groaning to yourself. It's just like, am I really Chitoy again? Going Chitoy multiple times in a row just like deals a lot of mental damage to you.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to play a standard hand.
Oh, it's Chitoy, boys.
Yeah, here we go. Finds another pair.
Yep, Chitoy Shanten. This one definitely significantly better of a Chitoy than the last one. Might be the potential 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku even and all that. We've been trying to just move quickly with his Chun Palm.
Did find a 5 so there
Ooh.
across the hand.
5 so is not gonna no Suji Toitsu theory here for Josh. Does not want the 5 so even though he has the pair of the 2 and the 8 so. Not a Tsuchita believer. Unfortunate. Do highly recommend everyone watch that lecture on this channel. It is just a nice it's just a nice mindset check. I'm just like, are you thinking about the right things while you're playing this game from a mental standpoint? Namely the fact that it is in fact a game and it is meant to be fun for everyone. Not just yourself. There's another pair up from Mike. This is kind of becoming awkward. How do you feel about playing like 6, 8 pin here instead of like 6 mon, which kind of feels more normal?
I might have just gone for like 3 pin.
I don't know. I don't really like the 2, 3 pin cut. Feels like we're giving up too much for nothing.
Hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't mind 3 pin.
Yeah, and definitely not a trivial hand to play, but immediately rewarded for it. You gotta hold on to that Sanchoku for like one more turn, but easy Shanten for just Ricci Tanya. Or Tanya Nomi if you want to open for it. Josh, Tempai now.
Here we go.
Gonna Ricci on the South Tanki for Ricci Chitoy Dora 3. Hanuman minimum. Throws out the 5,000 point Ricci.
What is that one? 5 Hans?
Yeah. That is a Saki card. I'm sure Mike could tell us which one. Yeah, this Chitoy is fairly well disguised, I think, as well. Hard to. Oh, that's gonna be Tempai for Mike. Is this gonna be an open chase? He is waiting on Genbutsu. Ricci?
Oh,
Open
and
Ricci,
open.
alright.
There we go. Now we get to hear the voice line for real.
Stand clear of the
Hey,
open
for anyone
reach.
new to this is Open Ricci is a rule not necessarily unique to Nomi League. Oh, the non! The non!
Oh no! Oh, this is I guess
No,
just
or
still Honeyman, even if he bought to.
just a Hanuman. Yeah. But anyway, let's see. So while they pay out this Hanuman, Open Ricci is a Ricci where you reveal your entire hand, declare your weight, and it's worth 2 Han instead of 1. And if you deal into it while you are not like in Ricci yourself, it is Yakuman. So it's really, really good when you're chasing someone's Ricci because, like, obviously they don't have a choice. But if you sumo, you know, you get like this Ricci Tanyo, all of a sudden, like, you get sumo and you get a manga. Or they deal in and you get Ura, it's also a manga instead of like 2,600 points. It's just a value buff to chasing in exchange for lowering your win rate. Anyway, but yeah, big Hanuman there. Big, after that unfortunate East 1 deal in from Josh, he gets way right back with some interest for that Hanuman smack. I forgot that he had that forgot that he had the non-pair.
Yeah. Was it a non-pair? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he had the non-pair. And then not only did he have a non-pair, he also drew to a better shot then. Yeah, if Josh can run with this good flow for the rest of this game and pull this out, that would be very big for the Triad, who are in desperate need of some points. Them and the Yaku men, who are playing off stream, would be quite happy to pick up some points these last 2 games. But yeah, like we said at the beginning of the stream, though, still plenty of time for all teams to make moves, especially with the last 4 of these slots, or the last playoff spot so tightly contested. Let's go double check something real fast. Personally, I have a vested interest in Wavin doing poorly as the current 2nd place player in the fantasy league. And also Wavin took my money at poker.
Wow, this is a strong hand for Waven, so might be getting some points back here.
No, I refuse. I will manifest this not happening. There's no way
could be another
Josh
cheat
toy
way to
again,
stop.
right?
Wait, that one could turn into like a toy if you get drawn to another
Yeah,
one.
true. Chitoy is in fact a double-edged sword. It's either gonna hit you or it's gonna hit your opponent.
That's a pretty
That was
like,
definitely a very
5-so discard. I don't quite remember what the hand looked like.
yeah, especially with Forso Dora, you definitely want to be thinking a little bit more carefully before cutting those tiles, though it naturally could just be correct. We haven't seen it. Okay. Yeah.
Huh. What was going
I think
on
it's
here?
fine. I think it's fine. Maybe you could play 9 pin instead of 5, so, but just wanted to lock the Dora into a Rhiannon shape. Thing is, like, when you
I
cut
must be
Dora like that,
reading the hand.
or when you cut like Dora stuff like that early, or stuff around the Dora that early, like you kind of limit your ability to make use of it as like a secondary shape if you happen to draw like multiple tiles in that area. Is this also Chitoy Shansen for Nancy? Not an easy choice here. Like naturally you kind of want to cut Forso, but like you want to have the Dora if you're going Chitoy. It does end up cutting the 7 mana. Yeah, going for the Chitoy Shanten. Now a hand starts becoming awkward. So I mean, the 6-1's fairly easy. It's just like, oh well, that's not touching anything. Oh, that's gonna be the pawn from Nancy actually. Wanting just to go for the gonna go ahead and play the Dora first. Yeah, I think if you're gonna pawn, you might as well play the Dora. Leave yourself a Toy Mangon out. Ooh, what a nice draw here for Mike. See what Shanten he decides to take. Saying thank you for the pawn to Nancy. Not sure how I feel about West. West was 1 cut, I believe. So could just be going for like the most live Shanpon. But like the 1 cut guess win Shanpon is so disgusting.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
I mean, he saw it firsthand last hand, just how good 1 cut West is. Oh, what a draw for Nancy.
No longer toy, but you know, get a decent chunk of the value back.
We could still pull on
Or-
the pin too.
Yeah, but that's kind of grief.
It is. But like, if you get
Wait.
Tempai, like maybe you don't call it now, but yeah, we'll see how the game progresses.
All right, Weibin also Ishanten here. I really want to see Weibin run Josh on the south just because it'd be funny. Weibin might end up on a 1-pin south Shanpon. It's like, ha, get him right back. Oh, speaking of south. Oh no, Mike. Oh no. Weibin gets Tempai. Oh, okay, no 10. Oh, but now that that extra 9 pins is in Weibin's hand. They're both pointing guns at each other. Who's gonna get Tempai first? Ooh, this 9-so is quite good. I think you should just throw the south out. Yeah. Alright, gets rid of the south preemptively. Weibin is the south seat, so we can't just palm that. It's gonna be Tempai on 2-5 mon, I believe. Yeah, just 2-5 mon. Another Onko, Suonko Ishanten here for Josh. But also just like normal hand Ishanten with a 2-2-3 so shape.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
Oh, there's
gonna
gonna be Weibin with their own. Yep, just 1,000. 1,000 off of Nancy. Nice way to pick up some points. Magix is in the south, which I feel like the East round actually just flew by after East 1.
Yeah, we had a couple quick hands there back to back.
Pretty nice opening hand here for Weibin. You see the 1-2-3 mon already locked. Pretty good floaters, multiple Rion men. Just needs to fill them in and find a pair. A little bit less good of a hand for Josh, but can work around that 2-4-4-4 so shape. Nancy with the Chun Pawn and Dora acceptance, or Chun pair and Dora acceptance, and Mike with 2 Dora.
Also,
Like-
could draw into a Sanchoku as well, although I guess that would be at the cost of a Dora.
Yeah, but I mean, Sanchoku was worth more than Dora. It really just depends on like how it would fill in. All these hands very, very playable. Ooh,
For sure.
yeah. Unfortunate for Mike that he is not West seat, but quite happy. Still, like the 5-so is a very welcome addition to the hand. It seems like none of these hands is really meant for calling though, so they're all just kind of, well, Nancy's is probably, but Nancy's is also the least valuable. We will see what happens. Ooh, another fantastic draw here for Weibin. Now Ishanten, A-class Ryanman and Sun Menchan. A-class being anything weighting 6-9 or 1-4, as those have the highest win rate statistically. Just because they wait on the, specifically the terminal tiles are the least useful for people, and the most likely to just kind of flow out naturally.
Josh's gonna preemptively Sakagiri the 6-mon.
Yep, Sakagiri being cutting a dangerous tile. I mean, slightly, like, you know, slightly earlier than you normally would because you think it'll be dangerous in the future at a slight cost to your efficiency now. I'm not sure how I feel about Weibin throwing that 7-pin back out. Seems like something I would try to do. Oh yeah, let it go. 9-pin safe. Like, you're so likely to fail this on Menchan as well, or like already.
Right.
I kind of just want the maximized efficiency. I think I definitely would play the 5-mon at this point instead of the 1-mon, but I guess maybe not wanting to hold on to the indicator in case someone reaches. Still think the 5-mon is kind of worse to have to push. Ooh, that's another very nice draw here. A lot of really nice draws this hand. Yeah, I think the potential for a 4-5-6 Sanchoku in some worlds, or a 3-4-5, depending on which way it goes down. Plays out 2-pin. Gonna try to hold on to that 4-tile Sozu block. There we go. There's the Sakagiri of the 5-mon for Weibin in favor of the Hatsu. That is at least 1 cut. Nancy's still looking for that Chun. There was one that was discarded. I don't know if she had the tiles in hand at the time yet or not.
Yeah, it was
Mike, as,
pretty early there in turn 2.
yeah, Mike has not
Oh,
found much
Ricci.
progress. Oh, there's gonna be the Ricci on Ricci Pinfu Dora 1 for Weibin as dealer 369 pin. Ninemon does get pushed at it. I mean, it is Suji. Nancy could have Ipatsu killed. Would have been silly, but she could have. Oh, this is not a great situation for to be in if you're Mike. Does have the 5-mon as a safe tile. No Ipatsumo. Always something you have to consider when you have the Sun Menchan. Comes up more often than you think. It's like Sun Menchan is like theoretically like just like on tile odds about like 9% to Ipatsumo. Because it's like 3% to draw any given tile, give or take.
Never
Like
thought
out
about
of
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I mean, if you say it's like it's 4 out of 136, because the total amount of copies of a tile plus the
Yeah.
like over the total amount of tiles. Math is canceled actually. Josh only has the 6-pin that could deal in hand. We'll see how he decides to try to go about this hand. Plays up the 3-mon. Is anyone going to try to fight this? Well, if Nancy tries to fight this, she's going to end up paying it. So looks like it might just be down to Mike. But yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's very interested in fighting this dealer Ricci. Everyone's hand was like okay, but as soon as someone gets there first, well, actually, it's really just a matter of can Josh make himself cut this Haku? And it looks like he will. Yeah. Not that the 2-pin is a particularly like better tile to have to push later. Though certainly lower dealing rate than the Haku for right, or higher dealing rate than the Haku immediately. All right, well, this will be the death of Josh. Either the death of Josh's push or the death of Josh's points. We will see which. You could play 4-pin Nakasuji. Could play like south. Could just push the 9-pin and deal in. A lot of fun options here. Could try to play behind your 4-sos and play the 2-so.
I think I'd probably just go 4-pin, but south is also, it does give you 2 turns if it passes.
Yeah, I think I do, especially because like you're the double south seat, so it's like you're the one that people are generally wary about pushing south into. There's gonna be the sumo. Risumo Pinfudora. Do we see Ura for the Mangan? Don't think so. Oh yes, we do.
Yes.
Dealer Mangan for Weibin. The 520. That is going to be a fairly significant point swing here. It picks up a 10,000 point lead on second place Josh and the Triad.
You really gave Waven your blessing as soon as you said you didn't want him to do well.
No, I know, right? Sorry, he sumoed 3 pins. Like I guess like I'm kind of. I've no Waven the longest out of this table, so.
Into first after that hand here. Okay, looks like that's another pretty playable hand. Did have one of those Dora.
Yeah, Josh's hand looks kind of awful. Maybe if you were dealer and you had the East pair, you could make something happen, but it just looks really bad.
His hand doesn't look any better.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 types. Oh. It's not a very deep fourth, but it is 4th place, 8 types with no pair.
Yeah, I mean, the hand's bad. I don't mind it. Oh, here we go. Wait, what's this?
Oh, hello. We were joking about one Yakumon, and here's another. What is the Dora, by the way? I can't quite tell from
The Dora 2-so.
is it? Oh, it is Dora 2-so.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike just jammed the Dora on turn 1, huh?
Yeah, he doesn't need Dora. Where he's going, he doesn't need Dora.
3-so and 2-so on turn 1 with 2-so Dora, huh?
Neither of them care about Dora here, right?
No, no, but like there's got to be alarm bells going off for the other 2 players, right? Oh! All right. Here
Where's
we
the
go.
Haku? I think the Haku's live. I don't think anybody
I
has
think
the
it
Haku.
is. Yeah. There's one Chun, but like you can palm that.
Right, and then you have the Onko too, so you be a little sneaky about it.
Yep.
Oh, there's one
there's
Haku.
one
Right,
Haku.
Nancy had one.
Yeah. That's the thing is like you can't really Kokoshi. Someone going Kokoshi and someone going Daisangan don't really mix well together. Oh, all right. Well, backfire there. But like, I think he's definitely like sending this for a Honitsu to get the most
Right.
points out of it possible, even if he does not get the dream out. Still have never seen a Yakuman in Nomi League.
Not
Definitely
even
not.
like on one of the side tables.
Not that I'm aware of, no. Because the last season there was only the one table playing at any given time. I think maybe I might
Well,
be
this
misremembering.
5 months
Oh,
are gonna get called.
yeah, I think you have to. It's like you kind of hate things like with the
I
Hanchan,
guess
but like
actually, does it?
it's Aka.
It's not even. Yeah, it's kind of awkward. You probably
Aka.
call.
Aka shiny. Aka good. Still no progress. No major progress for Nancy. She did pair up a tile. I think everyone should be fairly sure what Mike's doing.
Yeah, look
honestly,
at these discards.
they might know what Nancy's doing as well. Because she also cut the red 5 months, so she's now cut middle tiles in all suits. That's one thing I like to do when I go Kokoshi is like make it look like a Chinitsu for as long as possible. Make people actually be afraid of me.
Sure.
The thing with going Daisangan though is that like Honitsu kind of becomes counterproductive at a certain point. Because like then people just don't want to cut the dragons at all, regardless of whether or not. Oh, what a draw for Waben here. Gonna play, yeah, plays out the 3-pin here. Gonna keep that 8-pin around just in case the Itsu becomes a thing. Because like he's not in love with the Manzu Kanchan, so if he pairs one of those, he's probably gonna swap onto that. Oh, okay, that's a tile. Not a very good tile. I don't actually think you even hold on to it, but it's a tile that is in the suit of what we're doing. Been a while since Mike drew one of those. What did you draw, Waven? Oh, one so. I don't think you can really hold on to one so here. It's definitely far too early to be worried about playing Kokoshi tiles, even if you do like determine that that's what Nancy's doing. Nancy's also played on 3 of the 7-pin that
It's
Waven
pretty
very much
unusual
wants.
that you get Kokoshi without ever overflowing.
Yeah, just get 13-sided, easy. There are no weight-based doubles in N League, I'm fairly sure, but I might be wrong. I've been wrong before. Sometimes, rarely. Nancy really just drawing absolutely nothing for this Kokoshi. Yeah. Oh, there's a Hanchan fail. Nishan's for Mike. All right, Mike knows what he wants.
7-1.
Mike knows what he wants.
What the heck?
Mike has one plan for this hand.
That's a commit, I guess.
We'll see if Josh actually plays this Chun here. Because now all of a sudden he's now Chito Ishanten again. Josh, come on.
It's actually
How
like,
is
committed to it with like a 7 so last
Oh,
turn.
there
Oh,
goes
there
the
goes the
Chun.
Chun though.
Play for Mike.
Shosan
Play for Mike on Haku.
Dude, Dora. For honba.
Yep. The Aka doesn't actually do anything here, amusingly. Now, what does Mike do if he pairs up one of these tiles?
Go back a Shanten for the Yaku one? That would be a little bit greedy.
Just a bit. Just a little bit greedy. Yeah, Josh is completely out on playing anything that is not Manzu or Pinzu or Sozu at this point. So the nice thing about waiting Haku is that you always know a little bit earlier when you sumo it.
Yeah, like, even I can multiply the Haku.
Yeah. This would be a huge hand if I can pull it off. There are still 2 Haku in the wall. It has not been has not been a tile that people have been drawing. Yeah, I think even Nancy's like, yeah, I think maybe this Kobe. No, okay, surely not. All right, good. Does just Sumogiri the pair rather than trying to go back for it. Maybe cheese. Is that Tenpai for Waben? I didn't actually see.
I don't remember.
We'll find out when we get around to it. It's definitely no Yaku, regardless of what it is. Yes, that is Tenpai on the 7-mon. Definitely no Yaku, but beggars can't be choosers. You are dealer, and you are safely Tenpai. Where are these Haku? Oh. Ooh, 8.
Oh, there's the 8-mon.
Oh, no way. I mean, now you think a little bit, right? But
I mean, both weight. No matter what you do here, they're gonna be pretty sure that like your weight is one of whatever you cut. They're gonna be pretty sure your weight's the other one.
yeah, and it's the same value either way as well. All right, let's
Yeah,
play
they're
the
gonna go for
Haku.
8-mon.
I think it's like easier to believe that you can get the 8-mon because no one's been able to like plan around that than it is to think you can get the Haku when you're showing 2 Daisangan calls.
Sure. Although actually, I think the 8-mon looks pretty dead in the wall here. It's at least held twice.
Yeah, held twice. Does Nancy have one?
So
No.
I guess there's one more.
I kind of expected him to just draw Adipatsu.
I want to see the Haku symbol for the pain.
I would feel so bad, but I would also laugh. That is what mahjong is. It's just like laughing at the pain. Oh, there's
It's
the
the
8-mon.
last 8-mon.
Yep, it was live. Watch, both these Haku are dead walled. 3-pin. I think you should switch to the 2-cut 3-pin.
I would not expect that.
Exactly. You gotta mess with their heads. I mean, you already have a Mongon, right?
Is it even Mongon at that point? I think
Oh,
it's
I
only
mean, this
3
is
Han. I guess it's an Afu. Is it? Is it
no,
an
no.
Afu?
It's just it's two Yaku Dora 3.
Oh, there's door.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
No, it's door
It's
1.
two. Never mind. I'm dumb.
But it might be an Afu. Because there was a con.
Yeah, it probably is enough food. Yeah, see? Should have switched.
You're right. Got it symbol 3-pin. Oh my gosh.
Alright, Waben is able to hold Tenpai though. So it does keep his deal. It keeps us here in South 1.
Yeah, the Haku were just dead walled.
Yeah, that's really brutal. No, I mean, not much. You can't really do anything about that if you're Mike. Like, he had a plan and he went with it, and he got the Tenpai, which is, further than that plan usually gets.
We're 2-mon. Josh has one of those. Nancy this time with the 4 dragons.
Sorry about that. Oh, all right,
Here.
okay. No dreaming for Nancy. Just like,
No.
get me off this deal. Give me my honba and let's move.
Yeah, there's 3,000 points in the middle.
Yeah, 2 honba is fairly significant. Wei has 2 Dora now. I don't know if he had 2 Dora before. Seems fairly likely. Josh's hand's kind of awkward here. It's like you kind of want to hedge the Manzu, but you don't really want to play like any of the tiles that aren't Manzu. Unfortunate backfire there from Nancy from the turn 1 7-mon, but who's to say that would still be in hand anyway. Got a dream of your 4 Dragon Daisangan. Yeah, that's a mark. Josh's hand is just really awkward. Like you don't want to play the double south, but like you're kind of forced into it, right? Tenpai for
Oh, here we
Nancy,
go.
though. Yep, 2-so, 8-so, Shampong. 2-so gets drawn immediately by Mike. Looks pretty loose in his hand. Might come out. Ooh, we might actually see the 8-9 so cut from Josh here even. No, we're gonna play the 4-pin. Josh also be Shanten. Nancy discarded that 7-pin very, very quickly. We do see the pawn here from Wei. Gonna see the pawn, and then he played the 8-pin already. Ooh, Josh now having drawn. Now Tenpai is Tenpai. It goes for the Ricci. Waiting on the 7-so. Ricci +1. I do like it, especially with 1 honba already or 2 honba.
The 8-so is Suji if like someone
As is the
feels the need to
2-so.
try to defend with it. And the
Yeah,
2-so.
as is the 2-so. Yep. Mike definitely has a very easy fold here with the Payonko, but might try to play like the 2-so and just like maneuver the hand around because it doesn't seem like fully
Pretty
dead.
far from Tenpai. It definitely would just be folding.
Yeah, just plays the Genbutsu 4-pin. Looks like he's fully out. We'll see if he gets trapped into playing the 2-pin at some point, or 2-so at some point. 1-pin Suji, 9-pin just ball. Oh. Wow, okay, Nancy, no hesitation. I think Nancy kind of giving away that she's Tenpai with like how quickly she's been discarding.
I mean,
This is
6-so
like
push is already a bit of a sign, but maybe could have
I
waited
know,
a
but I
bit
mean, like
longer.
she's not even looking at the tiles, honestly.
Yeah.
This should definitely be a swap. Yep, I'm gonna switch to the 1-4, so it looks like. Well, not yet.
Not
Really?
swapping. Actually really values, I
Ah.
guess, the Suji.
Yeah, or maybe he's just afraid of Richitao Suji.
I don't. Yeah. I mean,
This is
well,
I guess Waven does have 2 Dora, but this feels aggressive. Like, unnecessarily aggressive. Does create the Suji trap for Josh.
that is quite a push.
Yeah. Mike kind of just chilling here. That's a very safe hand to mess around with. Nancy just does not care. I mean, 4,000 points in the middle is pretty good, but you also have to factor in like you're paying out 3,000 more than you would.
Right.
That's like
It goes
that's
both
like the
ways.
double-edged sword of Honba. Like people like pushing like when there's Ricci sticks in the middle because you don't have to pay those regardless of if you deal in. But the Honba is like also factored into how much you're dealing into. Mike's folding very, very well. That's not quite Tenpai for Waveman, but that is a very welcome upgrade if you're willing to push the 2-4 pin, which I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be at this point. Oh, there's the sumo for Josh. That's going to be huge for him. Reach Sumo Dora. And no Ura. All right, Reach Sumo Dora. Just 330. Nice 1,000, 2,000 becomes 2,000, 3,000. You get your stick back. Not quite enough to get him in the first place, but does get him into a comfy second as we go to his deal on South 2.
Not looking that great. I guess you have a Hatsu pair.
Yeah,
and
it
2
kind of
Ramen.
looks Honitsui, actually. Like you've got
Could
the
be
7-8 pin around
Monday
then, but like, oh wait, is the Hatsu Dora?
Oh, it
Hatsu
is. Okay. Well, that makes it a
Ooh,
lot
okay.
more interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot better then. Yeah, the Hatsu Dora then you just send it for like efficient and just try to pull the door at some point. Waven's hand not looking terrible. Ooh, and a very nice quick draw here to fill the Ryanman. Needs to like form a few more blocks, but you know, finishing a shame always feels nice.
Nancy's
Like, you're
hand
there.
looks like pretty weak, so I don't see that Hatsu coming out too soon from her.
Yeah, you never know. So people have very different ways of approaching Honor Tile Dora. Josh deciding which of these multiple Yakuhai in hand he wants to get rid of. Decides on 2 mon. I think I've like don't know if I'm just like losing my mind a little bit, but when I have like the like a 2, 5, 7, 8, I've started like feeling better about cutting to 5 even. Just aiming for like the better ring on men rather than like because the 5-1 you really only like super happy with the 4-mon draw.
That's true.
But like the 6-mon draw does create the young ring kind of a nice 4-tile shape, 4-tile run.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nancy playing out the 1-pin from a potential like 2-block Pinzu shape. Probably just really hedging around the door. I don't think she has any intention of cutting it. Ooh, well, another honor pair for Josh here.
Yeah, that's really nice.
This could end up being a Pinzu honey too, just completely on accident. Yeah, it looks like Nancy's pretty set on not cutting this door until she gets something like that's worth cutting it for. Not a bad, pretty nice draw here for Mike. I think 2-mon probably makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, it looks good. Oh, 1-mon for a Tanya play.
Yeah, goes for 1-mon. Yep, Tanya good, but sometimes you just kind of like you gotta value that the fact
Yeah, I
that
think
it is a
if you
pair.
want to go Tanya, you can start with 2-mon still. It's not like 2-mon
Yeah.
is like super useful for Tanya.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to see the swap to from 3-so to 2-pin there from Josh. Oh, speaking of Tanya, there's gonna be the call for it. Yeah, going that
Yeah,
way. The problem is like you need another 6-0.
I know. That's
Very
the
awkward.
I guess there's 2 9-so out, so maybe you feel like you don't lose too much.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I think I would have
No,
skipped
well,
it.
there's the 2-pin backfire. Yeah, I think like there's no real reason to not like take the Honey 2 hedge there, as opposed to holding the floating 3-so. Oh, well, he's drawing fat to it. I guess you can always like play out the 7-8 though, right? You don't really have a pair at the moment.
Oh,
I think you definitely
so
should
we're
play
gonna
the
why is
2-mon.
2-mon called?
Yeah, definitely should play the 2-mon first, but you know, it's been working out so far. Oh, there's gonna be the South Pawn. Josh making some progress. Plays out the 7-pin as just a Sakagiri. Though the 3-so is also not a great tile.
Yeah, I don't know why that was held so long.
Oh, see, this is why the 2-mon's in hand. just draw 3-mon.
There you go.
Yeah, this could have been Honey 2 so many times.
It really could have.
Yeah, well now at
Finally
least
cuts that 3-so. It's like a little late. Like I would have liked to cut that about 7 turns earlier.
Yep. Such is life, though. Happens. Nancy's hand has kind of become awkward, but if she's committed to never cutting the door, then it really can't do anything. Mike is going to go for his Tanya Aka, which is very reasonable. 2K, cut the game like from 3 hands to 2, and skip your direct point competitor's deal. Always fairly valuable. Ooh, Tenpai for Josh on a West Hatsu. Someone might cut that West and just wait and just end up very sad. Tenpai for Mike as well. Waiting on 5-8 pin.
Here we go. More calls.
Yep. It's a call start a party here. Yeah, so it's Mike on 5-8 pin for just Tanya Dora 1, and then Josh on West Hatsu for South Dora 2, then potentially South Dora 3 with Hatsu if he gets the Dora high out. And now Wabin calling.
Also
Is that
Tenpai here.
That is
Yeah,
Tenpai
3-6
now for
mon.
Tanya Nomi on 3-6 mon. I believe it was 3-6 mon.
Yep.
5-so does pass. Nancy decides not to foam the 5-so. I think probably a good idea. Oh no, not the door.
I don't think so. Not with like all this calling.
Yeah, I mean, she put it to the edge of her hand. I was very concerned for a second. Mike has to push a pretty scary looking 4-pin here, but like, what else are you gonna do? Play 2-so? Nope, just pushes. 3-6 mon for Weibin, draws the 1-so. Can't do anything with that. You're Tanya. This Hatsu's still live, right? Or sorry, not the Hatsu, oh, Chi for Nancy.
Gonna try to shift into a Tonki if she can.
Yeah, or just like have a Tanya out if that door ever becomes safe. A lot of these middle Sozu tiles being drawn that nobody quite wants. Tenpai for Nancy now. No way. No way
No,
she's
I
gonna play on
imagine
the
I
hot
imagine
two,
this
right?
thing's
Alright,
gonna
yeah,
be the
plays the 2
3-6.
pin. So now Nancy Hatsutanki with no Yaku. Unless there's like a Sanshoku in there that I missed that I'm almost
I
positive
don't
I did
think
not.
there was.
Yeah. Chun. Chun looks fine. 8 pin, 8 pins. Oh, no, 8 pin's gonna deal into Mike.
2,000.
2,000 points actually is a direct hit for Mike is a pretty big deal. Cuts the gap by more than half from third place to second. And Nancy showing off for Dora.
Oh, the dangerous tile Delton. What do you know?
Yeah, just a nice 230 from Josh to Mike. And we move into South 3. Nancy's deal with a 7 on Dora. I'm sure that was like a very stressful hand for most players, given that no one had any idea where the Dora were except Josh. Well, definitely a bit disappointing for Josh there, but definitely still well within striking distance of first place. Has another 3 pairs. And the door. And the door draw. Wade's hand here is not great. Mike's hand also that we just saw, not great. I think Wade is. Ooh, well, 4 pairs. And
There
2
we
Dora.
go. Got the
Does
door
have
pair.
a chin. Does have a chin palm though, so I think probably you go for the open hand if you can.
Didn't call the first tune. Did let that one pass.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he had the pair yet, but it was also turn 1 and the hand looked pretty bad because both the Dora were drawn after the high pie.
I believe the tune was in the high pie.
Yeah, but I mean, take 2 Dora out of his hand, and I probably wouldn't call chin either.
Right.
Dora draw for Nancy here, who has Tanya, potential 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku as well, in a distant world. Mike's hand is actually getting better pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Not gonna end up being super valuable most of the time, but has potential for just like a general fast tempo. And like even Richi Sumo is enough points to get him into second place temporarily. Right? Yeah. Yeah, just barely. Also has a possible 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku brewing. Raven's hand still hasn't really done much of anything. Looks like he's just gonna start hedging safety, feeling like, yeah, I'm in first place. This hand kind of sucks. Let's not do anything too crazy here. Oh well, there's another Dora pair. Nancy now also with 4 pairs, but also her hand is much more callable.
Right. Has pretty good route towards a Tanya with Dora.
Yep. Now that's all the Dora locked up, so that might actually end up hurting Mike's ability to win this hand. We'll see how the draws end up going. Oh, that is a 5th
Here
pair
we
for
go,
Josh.
man. Josh just drawing all the pairs.
Is he just gonna like naturally end up Chitoy in this Hanchan?
Wenzel looked pretty good for Cheeto, I thought.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have a lot of different approaches to Chitoy. It's definitely like I think Chitoy is probably one of the least like or most underexplored hands in Riichi Mahjong. I think like I think we could all be a lot better at playing Chitoy.
I really don't like that Sanshoku hedge because it's just so hard to get Sanshoku from that hand.
Yeah. But like Sanshoku.
It's like you need to find another pair, which I don't even know where you're finding another pair. Are you like I guess chopping down from your Onko?
Yeah, there's the immediate backfire.
Like why'd we do that? Like how did you get Sanshoku from this hand?
I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think you can really. Not once you draw 6-0. I mean, I guess you could draw 7-0 and then set them on like in exactly that order. Maybe it was just like
Yeah.
thinking, oh well, I don't want this hand if I don't get Dora because my weight's gonna be bad or it's gonna be Nomi. Ooh, now Nancy Chitoi Shanten. Surely we stop hedging with Sanshoku now. The problem is that like there's no way Mike ever wins this hand at this point.
Yeah, that was a pretty like unfortunate. Like yeah, I don't know. Just I think like you gotta realize like when Sanshoku is just too far.
Yeah. Sancho is definitely a bait. Ooh, Onko for Nancy now. Ishan 10 can get 5/8 mon twice. Oh well, I can play 6 mon now.
Which would
Doesn't
get
fully
palmed.
give.
This is
Yeah, it
gonna get
doesn't
called.
fully give up on the door. Yeah, that's going to be palmed by Nancy. And who is now going to be Tempai on 7 mon and 7 so. We know for a fact of a 7. Oh, wait. Does Josh have pairs of both of those? Tempai for Mike. I think I like this for Yam and Ricci. Because like Ricci sumo's enough points to get you second place temporarily.
Yeah, I would take it.
Yeah. All right. Gonna see the Ricci here for Mike for 4/7 so. So yeah, so Nancy on 7 mon 7 so Shampon and Mike on 4/7 so for the Falcons Ricci. Waving with the my hand sucks, so I'm gonna break the Ipatsu because Ipatsumo's like one of the ways that I lose first place. Josh does have a 7 so in hand. Could feed a double run here if he continues to play aggressively for Chitoy. So also kind of has like a way to hedge towards a normal hand.
Yeah, that's pretty far though.
Ooh, plays the 6 so. That's very dangerous to close. I know it's Genbutsu, but Nancy decides to stay on the 7 mon 7 so. Could have swapped to the 6 so there. But it might have been, yeah, it looks like it was furry 10. Oh, Tempai.
So
Now, so Nancy Shampon is completely locked up on Josh's hand. We'll
what is
see
Josh gonna
if
do here?
so 9 pin is Genbutsu to the Ricci.
We're gonna see like 7-pin Dama push, or just
I think
9
most
pin
likely we'll see
Ricci,
9. I think most likely we'll see 9 pin Dama.
9-pin Dama. Oh,
Oh,
6-pin,
7 pin
7-pin
Ricci.
Ricci.
Wow. Okay, so Josh now Chitoy Tempai waiting on 9 pin. Oh, the red 5 Ipatsu. Such a gross feeling. It's gonna be a 9 pin for Josh. Ooh, the 4 pin. This is just absolutely gross.
Everyone's doing the slow tile drop.
Yeah. Just like, all right, just like kill me. Like I'm pushing, kill me. No one's managed to do it, and no one's managed to die just yet. I don't know what that tile was, but clearly it was safe.
It's immediately flipped into the discards.
5 mon, nope. See, Nancy's like, so Nancy's weight's entirely dead, but Nancy's also holding 5 of Mike's weight. I think the 9 pin's actually the most live weight here.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah, because there's also a 4-so in Waven's Chi.
Oh,
There it is. Sumo the Honeymoon at least.
Yep.
Nowhere to. Just the
yeah.
Honeymoon.
Hane Chitoy, huge for the triad.
Found the
Two
shortcut
Hanemon
to first
Chitoys.
place.
2 Hanemon Chitoys for Josh today. And Doraneko and Nancy eating a very unwelcome Kabari. Nancy looking at this hand and being like, that was my entire weight that you had paired, huh?
Yeah. All last here.
Yep. Ooh, Hakudora. Ooh, Mike's hand is kind of nuts.
Yeah, this is looking
Is
nice.
it double reach? No way, it's double
How
reach,
good
right?
it is.
Oh, it's Ishan-sen. Oh, wait.
Uh,
Oh, no,
it's Tempa. No, it's
double reach
Ishan.
chance.
Okay, it's
double reach
close.
chance. He hasn't
Oh, he hasn't drawn
right?
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't drawn. What is going on here? Why are we just like looking at the hand?
I think they're probably like just figuring out score situations, maybe. It is a pretty hand. I enjoy looking at it.
Oh, Shohei? Wait,
Oh my god, he forgot to draw. Oh my god, he forgot to draw.
how do you forget to draw when you're Ishan 10? Like, what are you
because
looking
you're
at?
because you're Ishan 10.
But like, it didn't make sense. Like, you needed a wait, or you had a chance for. How did that happen?
Because like you're Ishan 10, so like surely you've drawn already, right? Because your hand can't be that good. Oh no, Mike.
That is unfortunate. That was such a nice
no.
hand.
Well, the question is always like, at what point does he realize?
Right. At some point, he's gonna like, if he doesn't realize already, it's like once he gets to what like would be Tenpai and realizes like, oh, this doesn't
Oh.
make sense.
I don't know.
It-
All right, well,
yeah, that is
maybe wait.
unfortunate.
Maybe Waven will deal into a Hanuman and he'll get second.
Play slower, everyone.
Mike might be realizing it right now.
Yeah. Now he's looking at the hand. It's like, ah, fuck. This is where I wish we had face cams. It's like, all right, we gotta get like we gotta
Yeah.
get an Oi Sag about.
That would be good.
Anyway, Josh is open twice, just trying to confirm his second place here. Nancy also just trying to move quickly with Haku. Oh, the Haku's the Dora. So actually Nancy could put together a Mongon here just to salvage some points. Probably pretty hard for it to become a Hanuman, I think, at this point. What if wait, did Mike drop the last Akka? Does he have all 4 of the 5-pin?
Mike is so high, so he's dead hand.
Yeah.
What is all right? So here's the plan. All right, you con, and then you take your tile, and you just like suspiciously don't discard.
What if you just take 2 Rinshan draws and they hope no one notices?
Wait, what is Nancy's hand? Or wait, Josh's hand looks really good. Nancy's hand. Ooh, that's actually a very useful door to pick up. She can get 2 Akka, then all of a sudden becomes a Hanuman, and she has Gakten chances. I don't actually know the rules regarding this. Is Mike allowed to con? No, he just drew into like fake Tenpai. Obviously,
Right.
it's not Tenpai because he only has 12 tiles, but oh, Tenpai for Josh now on West 2-pin. Is that Toy Toy as well?
I don't remember all the calls.
Oh god, that's such a
This
bad
is so
feeling.
this is so painful. I can
This
feel
hurts
I can
so much.
feel it. Like all these good draws are just it hurts
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah. Wei's hand is absolutely terrible, by the way.
Yeah.
I think it's a Kokoshi that already gave up. I think that is Toy Toy, from what I can see. Yeah,
Chi, I
so
think it's a chi. That's a chi.
oh,
so
that
not-
is a chi.
not
All right,
Toy
so
Toy.
it's just non. Okay, just non Nomi.
Yeah.
It's not that bad then. Nancy Ishan 10. Hopefully, Mike does not lose more points than is necessary here. But yeah, this will be the last hand of the game.
Happens.
Nancy's Ishan 10 for this manga looking quite nice still. Maybe there's a world where like a con gets called and then Nancy's hand gets updated to the Hanuman and Waven deals in somehow and Mike gets second. Oh no, there's gonna be
There's
the
the
Simul.
Simul.
All right. Oh wait, oh, Josh is also West Seat, so that would be non-pay. It should be 40 fu before
Right.
you. I don't know why. Wait, hold up, friends, please, this is not Nomi. Please stop paying out 300, 500.
Is that what we just saw?
I think so.
4-7. So
Not only is this 40 fu, this is also 2 Yaku.
you give me one more. You give me 2 more. You give me one.
What is going on here?
I don't know. I think yeah, no, they definitely underpaid that. Whether it
When
be
that
by
whole
Han or
that whole
by
last
Fu.
hand is a bit of a disaster.
Yeah.
You guys played really fast. We got a lot of complaints. You didn't keep talking.
Yeah, that's your problem. We're like pong pong pong, and I'm like, whoa, there's action.
that like Sam was like hitting the keys to like switch every single time because it's not just like steady like one pong at a time. It's like whenever one pong happens, it's like I chain block with another.
At least, yeah. So the scores will get fixed. It is the end of the game, so we have literal evidence as to what the score is supposed to be.
Right.
It's all right. They're getting it fixed. We are sending our our local host to tell them to be better. All right. Well, anyway, in any case, a much needed first place here for the Triad. Josh actually, despite the team not really having the best of go of it so far, Josh as an individualist has been having a very nice season. I think that's going to jump him actually up to 6th place in the individual standings. Just shy of the top 5, which are all sitting like 150 plus. Weibin gets a chill second. I think like plus 10, something like that. Just continues his very solid overall play for the Towers. Calvin dropped 130 points last week, but Weibin's really been the one that's been consistently just not losing points for them. Nancy had a big first and now a big fourth, but it's still going to come out net positive tonight. And despite the unfortunate mishap in South Florida, Mike is just going to walk away with just like a disappointing but not bad third.
Yeah, I wonder how that game would have played out because
I mean,
was
surely
nuts.
that hand gets Tenpai. It's just like
Yeah.
but it's impossible to say whether or not even like a dealing would have happened or it would have won.
It's so unfortunate that it had to happen on like such a ridiculous, like the strongest hit high pie we've probably seen all night on dealer.
Yeah. We're like sitting there, it's just like, wait, is this Tenpai? Is this Dubarishi? It's like, oh, they haven't drawn.
I was trying to figure out what was going on
oh.
because we were just staring at the hand and I was like, why are we not playing?
Because like the hand's
and
so
then when
good,
he reached
right?
for a
that, like,
tile, it's like this is bad.
Yeah, like the hand's so good, right? That like it's so hard to like actually think it's like, wait, this isn't even my full hand. Anyway,
Well, it's just unfortunate.
Oh, meanwhile, I don't know. I'm checking in on the other table. The last update that I see Chris with 4 poems or 4 calls.
Oh, here we go. We got a Hadaka Tanki.
He's Hadaka Tanki for Haku Nomi.
Nice.
I don't know whether or not that hand was won, but it certainly looks impressive. Looking at the scores, it looks like Damien was in first place at the time. Michael with the Destroyers was in second. Chris was in third, and Melvin was in fourth. I do not know what happened the rest of that game, but we will find out. Gotcha. Well, they're going to finish up the other game. If you are interested in the final score of that, it will be on the Nomi League website where you can find all of the scores. That is going to do it for us tonight. A reminder that N League is not on next week due to our beloved leaders taking a week off. They deserve it, and they deserve to go be happy. So they will go do so, and we will have to live without our fun Mahjong content for one whole week, or for one whole extra week. Oh no. But anyway, my name has been Max, also like Pink Yoshi. I was joined here by Lucas.
Yeah, it was fun. Fun getting to commentate with you. I feel like we haven't done commentary in a while, so that was
Yeah,
fun.
it's been a minute actually. Follow both of our Twitch streams. One of us streams a little bit more than the other.
Yeah, but one of us gets paid by Yostar, one of us doesn't.
Hey, Lamau, that's not supposed to be public knowledge. Who cares?
I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah. It's all right. All right. Well, we appreciate you listening to us tonight, and we will see you next time. Have a good night, everyone.